All right, let's roll. The Thursday Night Throwdown has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between from Costa Rica to California, Montreal to Minnesota. Let's step up and rock and or roll. National Football League draft continues. First round continues as we speak. Man, it's like NFL Sunday. I've got a lot of action going on right now, except it's not really like a game. And I don't really even know where the fuck we are, to be honest with you. And, you know, I'm going to go over it in a couple of minutes here as far as how many positions have been taken so far. But the Cleveland Browns basically Cleveland Browned it up tonight. And, you know, the Cleveland Browns fucked the draft up pretty good in the sense that you ever been in like a fantasy draft or sort of like, you know, the other day I put together a DraftKings lineup and I took these pitchers. They were so shit. I was going to take like the two cheapest pitchers. I couldn't even fill the rest of the lineup up. I had like $8,000 left. I tried to take like the most expensive player everywhere, and I still couldn't spend it all. Like you had NFL teams today thinking, holy shit. You know, we didn't expect to have the decision like between Chubb and between Rosen and between Allen. And, you know, the New York Giants were just sitting there thinking, you know what? The Cleveland Browns are going to fuck this up, and we're going to get Saquon Barkley. I'm sure the Giants took about like 1 second as soon as after they knew it was Baker Mayfield. And then the Cleveland Browns decided to take Denzel Ward, the cornerback out of Ohio State, who's not a bad football player. And if they really like him, they really like him. It is what it is. They get the player that they like, but they didn't really have to take him 4th overall. Like his prop was 11.5 for the record. Seemed like a little bit of a reach. The Dallas Cowboys are now on the clock in Dallas. So this will be a raucous draft pick. So far, so good for the props. Listen, we're not going to hit every one of them. We've got 10 of them. I don't know how many of you, followed along with us, but we've got 10 props in play right now. We've got a loss or two along the way. The Josh Rosen one's a loss. I think that's Baker Mayfield, obviously. But I told people today, don't take it. Don't take it. Like an idiot. I took shit last night. But the big one so far, one of our bigger bets actually was, will the top 3 picks in the draft be quarterbacks? I said no. Saquon Barkley goes number 2. Now, we'll go through each pick here. Now, I see Babano in the house. What's up, Babano? Yeah, we've got an NHL game. Should be starting pretty soon. We got an NBA basketball game. It's getting close. I'm kind of occupied with the NFL draft right now. I'm all over the place, but we hit the under in the cap game. Cowboy fans going motherfucking nuts. Yeah, so for the record, in the hockey game, I'm on under 5/5.5. You can get it at 5.5 in game. I like the 5 plus 110 though as well. I don't have a problem with the 5 either. I think we're looking at a low scoring game here tonight. They haven't dropped the puck yet. The money's steaming in right now. Man, Vegas were minus 145 earlier in the day. It's minus 163 right now. I'm expecting a low-scoring hockey game. They played 4 times this year. They did go over twice. Once it was a push at 5, and once it was 2-1. But the thing is, Vegas, every fucking Vegas game went over, like in the first 2 months of the season. So their over-unders are sort of skewed. For the last, 2 months or so, Vegas have been a pretty strong under team. Marc-Andre Fleury is playing great hockey right now. Martin Jones is a strong goaltender. You know, it's a low number, and there's always 1 or 2 games in a series that open up. I don't think it's going to happen tonight. We should have hammered that 6 more tonight in the Washington game, but I thought, we were lucky to fucking get it. I thought we were lucky to get a push. And then, they end up not fucking scoring at the end, and it stays 3-2. So we'll take it and move on. I'm more concerned right now about these NFL draft props. But for the record, in the late night game here, we are taking the Las Vegas Golden Knights to win the game, and we're going under We got under 5, and I have under 5.5, depending on your book. You can get a live in-game right now at 5.5, but you're laying minus 155. Or you can get a minus 5 at plus 120. It's 78.70 right now. 78.70 for the Milwaukee Bucks with 9 minutes remaining. The Boston's at the free throw line. I grabbed the second half over. I've got Boston plus 5. I've got over 200. And then I grabbed the second half over 104. I think the second half over 104 is looking sort of good. Jaylen Brown, like pretty much an air ball on a free throw. Barely hit the rim. Come on, dude. This is a weird deal where I like Milwaukee better than I like the Boston Celtics, but it's not about liking things, is it? Be nice if we could hit the over, and be nice if we could hit some of these fucking draft props at like plus 200 and plus 187. Teddy covers. Teddy Covers is going to step up and join us at about 11:15 Eastern time here this evening. All right, Dallas Cowboys on the clock here. Here it comes. What up, Ghoster? No, it's been a rough week for Teddy, obviously. What's up, Sonny Vega? What up, Jet End? Yeah, it's been a tough week for Teddy, obviously, with Dave Malinsky. And, you know, we'll talk a little bit about Dave with Teddy. We'll talk some NBA, some NFL draft. We won't bust Teddy's balls too much tonight. Or maybe I will. What's up, Lucas? Predictions guy? Thunderwing? Bruce Chad? Nathan Brooks, Teddy. Jabron, what's up, Jabron? Javier Castro, what's up, Javier? Do I have any regrets? No. I don't have any regrets. I like Josh Rosen, but all right, here we go. Dallas Cowboys on the clock. What up, Dave Hutton? Grab a Max, Bear fan. Do I make money on the draft? What up, Matthias? Good to see you, buddy. What up, Lebowski? I've got 10 props, you know, like I have a lot of them. They're still in play. They're going to be in play until the last 30-second pick here. Like I've got like under like a lot of positions and shit. Here we go. 19th pick. Leighton Vander Esch, linebacker, Boise State. Good player. We had Vander Esch potentially going to the Buffalo Bills. Evidently, they liked Edwards from Virginia Tech more. The Dallas Cowboys need a lot of things. This move to me right now, this draft pick signifies, you know what? That Sean Lee just gets hurt too much. Sean Lee is a good football player, and it's amazing the difference that it makes when Sean Lee is in the lineup and he's not in the lineup for the Dallas Cowboys. Like the points per game they give up, just everything. Yeah, he's a good he's a really good player, Sean Lee. He's always hurt. Pretty clear that, you know, this is the progression from Sean Lee right now. The Dallas Cowboys need so many things, though. Like the Cowboys have a lot of holes. The Cowboys defense The Cowboys defense needs help. The offensive line isn't the same great offensive line it was a couple of years ago. They don't have any wide receivers. Yet I like the move from a betting standpoint because we've got no, we've got under, this is what I'm talking about for sweating shit out. We've got under 2.5 wide receivers in the first round here, and still there's been none. Now, it doesn't mean that 3 in a row can't fucking go before 32. That's why, like, these draft props is kind of annoying, man. You get your money and you got to wait all night. Bruce Arthur's a fucking idiot. What's Bruce Arthur bitching about? Is he bitching about fucking Josh Allen's tweets? I said this morning, I wake up and I see all this shit about Josh Allen. Oh, past tweets are going to make him fall in the draft. Fuck yeah, he really fell far in the draft. Kid went 7th overall. Really hurt him. At least it's not 15 minutes in between picks right now. At least it's 10 minutes. All right, so listen, we'll give our opinions, and we all have our opinions on these picks and stuff. But the fact of the matter is, we really have no motherfucking clue, right? Time will tell. A lot of these kids will be busts. A couple of them will be really good, and a few of them will be stars. Yeah, we talked about it. Mel Kiper Jr. gave the Seattle Seahawks a C- the year they took Bobby Wagner, Bruce Irvin, and Russell Wilson. So, you don't know. We don't know. But we'll run down each player, and I'll give you my thoughts of how I think it's going to work out for them and whether I like the pick or not, including our Buffalo Bills. I know we got a lot of Bills fans in the house here this evening, but let's just take care of business here first. Holy motherfuck. You got to be kidding me. Vegas fucking scored already. Yeah, you want to get in front of this team? Holla. Vegas is going to the Stanley Cup, man. At this point, how do you get in front of this team? Just like that, fuck. 4 minutes into the game, boom, 1-0 Vegas. Sweat job now for the total. Ooh, up to 6.5 in game right now. Wow. It's too fucking high. It's going to slow down now. I understand there's a goal here and shit, but let's not get crazy. I would suggest under 6.5 here if you want to jump on this in game. Man, we said before the playoffs started, and I was clearly wrong. We talked about Vegas not being that big, but the thing is, they're not really a overly physical team in the regular season, but they're not really small. Like, if you look at these dudes, they're not overly small. Like, look, Vegas dude on Vegas just nailed a fucking shark right there. And they're ultra fast. Like, they're fucking aggressive. Like, look at that, man. Boom, 2-line pass. Like, Graham, like, they really push the envelope, this team, on you. San Jose are lucky they didn't call a penalty there. Vegas are all fucking over them. No, it's 2-0 now. What the fuck? It's 2-0. They're scoring so many goals, I can't even see them all. I changed the channel of the draft for a second. I come back and they scored again. I'm going back and forth here, and I just every time I look, it's like they're celebrating. So now we're 6.5 and 5.5 is really in trouble. Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock. No, it isn't. Don't tell me they just scored again. No, I just changed the channel. Every time I change the channel, they score. Holy fuck. What is this, Sharknado? Fucking Ian Zaring, Beverly Hills 90210, shooting sharks out of the sky? What is this? Everything they shoot goes in. What is this, Martin from The Simpsons between the pipes tonight or Martin Jones? Holy fuck, man. It's 3-0. Every time I change the channel, they score. I haven't seen one of the goals. And I'm watching. They score. I'm like, oh, shit, I'll go back to the draft. They score. I'm like, oh, shit, I'll go back to the draft. They score. It's like, oh, shit. All right, let's see. I'll go back. I'm watching right now. Let's go back. Let's go to the basketball game. And you're going to see they're going to score again in a second. They've scored 3 goals in 6 minutes. Check it wrong and see what the call is going to be. Good call, Matthias. Matthias is German, and he's like, yeah, they need a timeout. Holy shit, Google Hangouts. Really? Are we going to get into this? We haven't had this digital problem with Google Hangouts in forever. And now I see the videos all shit. You're fucking killing me, Google. Well, at least I've got Vegas as well. You know what sucks, though? I've got Vegas at Bookmaker, and I got the under at Bet365. If I was betting at Bet365, I already get paid for this. Up 3 already. Holy motherfuck. It's unbelievable, this Vegas team. I can't, this is unbelievable. Like last night, all the hockey experts like Babano. Let's blame Babano. All the hockey experts like Babano. Won't be like the LA Kings series, San Jose. No, I'm just busting Babano's balls. I said the same thing. I'm like, fucking San Jose Sharks are much better than the LA Kings. Except I'm on Vegas here. This is classic San Jose. Let's be real, man. San Jose are essentially the Washington Capitals of the West. Fuck. I don't like ripping them because Joe Thornton's a rageaholic, but it's not his fault. Going to be Vegas in 4. Can you imagine, like, if Vegas, like, fucking just ran the table in the playoffs? Like, the best expansion team ever, and then they just ran the table. Fuck, 16-0. I don't know, man. I'm starting to get the feeling that it really is going to fucking be Marc-Andre Fleury versus fucking the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Stanley Cup. Nah, man. In the playoffs, like, the city has nothing to do with it. It's not like the San Jose Sharks are all fucked up right now. The Vegas are just fast. They're aggressive. It's a fucking tough place to play, man. The crowd are fucking nuts. It's loud as fuck. It's a more advanced fucking show going on in there, too. They got lasers and fucking, you know, like, it's fucking, the music's loud. The crowd is loud. It's very Vegas-ish, fuck. Like, it's very, you know, every team that's gone there hasn't gone out and got wasted. It's the playoffs right now. All right, here we are. Cincinnati Bengals.
Billy Price, center, Ohio State. So back-to-back offensive linemen go off the board. And now the Browns and the Bengals have tapped into state talent from Ohio State University.
The Bengals take a center. The Bengals take a center. I think we're starting to run out of racetrack, though, with our we're starting to run out of racetrack a little bit with our fucking total lineman taken in the first round. I think it's 5.5, though, right? We'll have to start checking in here. Does Vegas have a rule where you can't? No, that's not true. You can bet on Vegas teams there. You can still bet. You can bet on Vegas teams. What you can't do, who asked that? A-Rolls, A1 Rolls. What you can't do is if the team is owned by the casino. Like basically, like remember the Maloof brothers? The Maloof brothers own the Sacramento Kings, but they own the Palms Casino. So you couldn't bet on the Sacramento Kings games at the Palms Casino, but you could bet on UNLV Rebels and shit. And I'll tell you, the UNLV running Rebels, their lines are the shadiest fucking shit ever. Fuck. Every fucking UNLV game, man, comes down to the number. It's crazy. Just a coincidence, I'm sure, of course. Lamar Jackson hasn't been taken yet. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Oh, Celtics at the link. That's right. Sonny Vega had that problem. Listen, we said Lamar Jackson over 17.5. I'm a little stressed out here. I need a quick blast. I don't know, Brandon Cummings. Probably in May. They only make like 3 or 4 announcements a year. So it's supposedly every time they're like, oh, they're going to make the announcement now. They're going to make the announcement now. They never do. Speaking of which, Cam brought it up today. I've talked about this in the past. They could say that college betting on college sports is illegal. Which won't change jack shit besides make bookies more money. Because even if they make it illegal, you think that fucking Bet Online is going to stop taking action on fucking like, what's he going to do? So you won't be able to bet on college sports at the casinos. What? You know what would be crazy if the Supreme Court just fucking screws everyone and says, you know what? We find that this, you shouldn't be betting on any sports. Fuck. It'll be the complete opposite. Not only is it not legal, you can't bet on any sports anymore. That is one of the options. This goes back to last year at the IFBC. And I don't know how many of you watch the IFBC videos, but that guy, Gil Alexander did during his speech and his presentation at the end of it, he started talking about the Supreme Court shit. And he was pretty well versed on it. He's a smart guy. And he brought it up. He goes, no one's talking about it, but there's a real potential that the Supreme Court says, yes, you can bet all you want on pro sports because the pro leagues, whatever, and it's different, and you can bet all you want on pro sports in any state, etc. But you can't bet on college sports. There's actually an act. There's actually a fucking act, man. Bill Bradley, the motherfucker. And John McCain was in on it, I think, too. There's actually an act that you can't bet on college sports and shit. So look at like DraftKings. All right. One of the agreements when DraftKings and fantasy sports was deemed like not cool and illegal by all these states, what was the trade-off? DraftKings was told, listen, fucking pay off Congress, number one. Donate fucking maximum money to all these motherfuckers. And then number two is don't do college sports. We don't like the college sports. So if the fucking U.S. government doesn't want fucking college sports fucking fantasy, I can't imagine they like college sports betting. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there's a possibility that the Supreme Court says, all right, you can open up sports books in any fucking casino you want, but you can't take college sports. Like, you can take anything else, but not college athletics because they're just kids. It could be corrupted. And secondly, the universities you're betting on are state-run institutions. And it's a government fucking funding the institution, and it's gambling, and we don't want this. So you guys, and they'll tell the book, you guys can do this if you want, but you can't bet on college anymore. Now, the thing is, there's a lot of sports books right now that really, to be honest, aren't really sanctioned anyways in the United States. So it's not going to change anything. Rashawn Evans, linebacker, Alabama, Tennessee Titans. Oh, 4-0. Oh, I see. I changed the channel. Go back. Let me go back. Hey, why not? You know who's fucking sweating right now, guys? For real? It's no joke. I'm not exaggerating. Las Vegas sportsbooks. Las Vegas sportsbooks. This shit's getting real right now, man. Jay Cornegay, well-respected odds maker. Jay Cornegay down at the Super Hilton or the fucking Super Contest Hilton, Westgate, whatever, the LVH. Fuck, it's had like 10 names. So Jay Cornegay at the Superbook, he's probably pretty much one of the more well-known odds makers. Good guy. He lives in Vegas, and I read an interview with him a couple of weeks ago. They said, Jay, so what's going to happen if Vegas wins the Stanley Cup? He goes, well, what'll happen is we're going to shut down the Strip, and there's going to be a massive parade and party like we've never seen in Las Vegas before. And he goes, I'll be at the parade with my resume in my hand. Jay Cornegay says this. Jay Cornegay, I swear to God, I heard this from someone else earlier. Cornegay told someone, I'm going to lose my job, if they win the cup, all right? He goes, Jay Cornegay set Las Vegas at 500-1 to win the Stanley Cup. 500-1. And people bet it. 500-1. MGM properties in Vegas say that if Vegas win, they're going to lose all the money that they made in a year on sports betting. like the Jay Rood at MGM is saying he's looking for a job if Vegas wins, that he's fucked. Like, they're not even kidding. They're not even kidding. Jay Cornegay set the number at 500-1. Can you imagine having this team at 500-1 right now? Dude, they're going to be in the semifinals. People can hedge you up the fucking ass now at 500-1. 500-1, they make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. People are going to be walking in fucking with a free lottery ticket, taking the other side. We're talking about millions, tens of millions of dollars. Like, the MGM guy said, I'm not even kidding, I'll get fired. He said, MGM put it up at 250-1. Jay Cornegay put it at 500-1. All right? Fucking, you go down the list. Every sportsbook director and casino operator is scared shitless of this. But the thing is, at these prices, they don't even need to fucking win the cup. They get to the Stanley Cup. There's one thing of hedging a 6-1 ticket. All right, we've all been there. Ooh, fuck, we got an 8-1. What do we do? I play the future 18-1. This is different. You've got a 500-1 ticket. Fuck, you put $1,000 on that, you got $500,000. Fuck, you walk in there, you're like, you know what? I'm going to put fucking $250,000 on the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they're fucked. Like this, they're screwed. Why do you think all year in Vegas, and it's been crazy, all year in Vegas, it's crazy. You look at the odds for Vegas for the Stanley Cup. Dude, it's 1-1 and shit. It's 2-1. It's 1-1. All right? And we'll talk about this with Teddy. You know why they did this? Because I remember laughing about this. I'm like, man, you got to be fucking kidding me. Vegas are fucking 9-1 online. Like basically a month ago, Vegas were 9-1 online to win the cup. And in Vegas, they were 1-1. And it was ridiculous. But you know why they were doing it? They didn't want you betting it. Gamblu talked about this 2 months ago at the South Point. He got fucking teams like at 50-1, everyone. I said, what was Vegas? He was like minus 150 or something. And basically, they put it up on the board. They don't want you betting it. You know what I mean? It's like, you want to take it at fucking plus 100? Go ahead, man. But we're not giving you any money. We're already fucking on the hook. I'm already about to lose my job. I'm not doing any more action on this. Like online, you can get these guys still at a decent number. But in Vegas, they've tapped out. They've tapped out. It got to the point, guys, Vegas were winning so much in the regular season and it was killing them. It got to the point, I saw Tony Miller down at the Golden Nugget. He said, I was reading, I didn't talk to him live about this. I read that Tony Miller said, he goes, it's to the point now where we just hope they don't win by 2. He goes, it's to the point now where not only are people in Vegas betting Vegas every day, they're betting the puck line every day. Like people are saying, fuck it, they're going to win by 2. Like people tonight, they're like, I guarantee you right now, they're behind the counter in the offices going, this is serious, guys. Everyone in Vegas, every sports gambler in Vegas bet on Vegas tonight. Fuck it, minus a puck and a half. They're up 4-0, 10 minutes in. It's a nightmare. They got to cash out after this game. Here's your fucking money, everyone, assholes. I wouldn't say, at this point, I wouldn't discount them getting past anybody. There's no get this. You can't tell me right now that Nashville and Winnipeg are a fucking lock to beat these guys. There's no way. You can't tell me that. Wow. Obviously, this is a pretty big story because I just punched this in, and this is in the New York Daily News right now. It's going to be a dark night for sportsbooks if Las Vegas managed to win it all this year. The Las Vegas sportsbooks will take a substantial hit if the city's new NHL team goes on to win the Stanley Cup. Jay Cornegay, vice president. This is a story from 6 hours ago. It's nuts. See, I'm on top of everything, people. Jay Cornegay, vice president of race and sportsbook operations at the Westgate, said seeing a new franchise will be a punch in the face. That's the quote. Jay Cornegay says, Vegas winning low. Hey, Jay, fuck, a couple of months ago, you were talking about parades and joking about you having your resume. Like, that collar's tightening right now for Cornegay. Jay Cornegay goes on and compares the Las Vegas Golden Knights winning the Stanley Cup to an 11 seed winning the NCAA tournament. There's a lot of liability attached to this. The amounts will vary from casino to casino. I've heard 6 to 7 figures at some places. Jimmy Vaccaro. Legendary oddsmaker Jimmy Vaccaro. This is mid-season. When asked about the Las Vegas Golden Knights, who at the time had a 19-2-2 home record, South Point oddsmaker Jimmy Vaccaro, we've been getting our asses kicked. We should rename it Free Date Night. A guy invites a girl out to dinner and stops at the sports book on the way to the game. What she doesn't realize is we're actually paying for the date. Nick Bodanovich, director of sports betting at Will Hill. Hockey's usually a pretty poorly bet sport here, but all of a sudden we have big decisions and we keep losing on them. People just keep rolling over their winnings on Las Vegas. When the Chicago Blackhawks came to town, my handle on that one game was more than the entire Stanley Cup final last year. Tony Miller. Wow. A Chicago Blackhawk Las Vegas Golden Knight game this year. And for the record, the Golden Knights fucking smashed them. Fuck. I remember that game. It was like 6-2. Tony Miller says it's to the point where it's actually a love-hate relationship with Las Vegas Golden Knights. Las Vegas beat their season win total projection of 26 wins on January the 2nd. Westgate Superbook odds maker manager John Murray says the public has found a new ATM machine. It's called the Golden Knights. Isn't that a shame? I feel bad for the sports books. No, I don't. What a kick in the teeth, though. I'm telling you, man, a team from Canada hasn't won in 25 fucking years, and Vegas are going to win in their first year. Now, Corrente is right. I don't feel for them at all. They're not even going to lose that much. They'll lose a couple of $1 million, and as you stated, fuck, you know what? It just pisses them off because they're used to fucking winning all the time, right? It's just bothering them that they know they're going to lose this. But I wouldn't. No, Vegas, no, they accept pretty big wagers for hockey in Vegas. At certain places and stuff. You could bet, you could bet whatever you want. You can't, $1 million, probably not, but they'll just juice you up with the number, right? So all they have to do is tighten the slots. Yeah, you know what it is, though? Corrente is right. They hate seeing squares win. And number two, Phil, about them tightening the slots, the casino can do that, yes. But the sportsbook is a separate entity, right? So the sportsbook is a separate entity. Put it this way. Jay Kornigate's not getting fired if Vegas wins. But they'll all be on the clock. It'll be one of these deals where it's like, man, you fucked up pretty big here on this. But really, like, who fucking thought Vegas were going to fucking win the fucking, like, who thought they were going to be this good? I didn't. I jumped on their bandwagon pretty early. Like, I'll admit, I bet against them in their inaugural game. Their inaugural game, I remember it. It was in Dallas. And I was like, man, fuck this. They're not beating the Dallas Stars in their first game, fucking Dallas. Boom, they beat Dallas in Dallas. Second game, they were in Arizona. And I didn't take them because I didn't take Arizona. And I didn't take Vegas because Arizona is shit. So I was like, I just paid attention and boom, Vegas wins again. And then boom, they had their fucking home opener. It was right after the shooting and shit. And that's when I knew. I'm like, I'm not getting in front of this. Fuck, I'm betting a home opener. They win the home opener. And I pretty much caught on that this is a hot team. Because I remember telling Cam Stewart, my buddy Cam Stewart, was pretty stubborn about Vegas. He wasn't a believer. I remember we were doing a daily radio show at noon in those days, earlier in the season. And I remember telling him, I was like, dude, fuck, it's like 24 games in, Cam. Like, this shit's real, bro. Like, they're not losing. I remember telling him, I said, Cam, they're fucking 10-0 at home. I said, I don't know what it is, but they're, you know, they don't lose. Like, exactly, Alex. Thank you for remembering. Exactly. I was a little slow. Like, I wasn't anti-Knights out of the gate. I bet against them, but I learned my lesson real quick, and I jumped on the wagon real quick. Man, they were winning. They were winning every fucking game by a puck and a half. The $1 million Vegas puck line. Panthers pick up DJ Moore. All right, final score. Motherfuck, it's the worst possible score we could have had here. 97-86. It stays under. I lose my second half. They put up 52 points in the third, but only fucking they only put up 24 points. That actually hurts. Fuck, I fucking bet that pisses me off. I got to win these draft props. I'm gonna start. Let's check back in here with the draft. But I'll look away. It'll be another goal. That's why I don't want to change the channel. I've got under 5.5 here. Yeah. Good luck with that. Good luck with all of that, Morency. I think DJ Moore is going to be a good player, good pick. Helps Carolina. Cam Newton needs a target, needs some weapons. So that's the first wide receiver taken. Unless have I missed it? Like we missed a couple of picks here. Let me check in. Wow. Calvin Ridley. All right, we're getting here. We're getting here. All right. Let me go over the positions here to get caught up. I got a lot of money on this shit. Well, not comparatively, not as I don't have $1,000 props like fuck our boy Spenny Mac does. But I've got a couple of accounts rolling on this fucking prop shit. I've already lost a few, but I think we can win a few. And I got a few at like plus money, like pretty nice plus money. So let's try to squeeze this out. Squeeze it. Like Ted Teeman used to say, just like grandma squeezing the oranges. Remember the old school orange juice when you were a kid? Fucking push it down on that thing. Nowadays, you can buy a nice Tropicana, extra pulp. Need the pulp. Orange juice without pulp fucking sucks. Orange juice without pulp is like diet soda. It's not right. You know what I mean? There's something off about it. It's strange because I was never really that way before, but now I just can't drink orange juice without pulp in it. Lots of, see, you guys agree. Lots of pulp. You need pulp. Yet, this is what's interesting. This is what's interesting. I'm a fan of the extra pulp orange juice or with pulp, whatever. Extra pulp isn't around all the time. But I always get it with pulp. But if you're drinking vodka and orange juice, you don't want pulp. Very interesting. I don't know why, what the big difference maker is, but it just is. You don't want pulp in vodka. Like, you don't want a pulpy screwdriver. But you want, like, pulpy orange juice. Extra pulp for serial killers. No, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Listen, I'm a big vodka drinker. So I know all the mixes. I can tell you like vodka with anything. We'll do a show on this one night. I'll drink vodka on the air and we'll go over every mix. Vodka goes with almost anything too. But I'm telling you, I've done it. Like, I know the difference. Like, I don't know, man. There's something fucking weird about this shit. My screwdriver with an extra pulp, like a homemade screwdriver with extra pulp, doesn't work. Fuck. You don't want pulp with your vodka. Yeah, I don't know. Why not? You figure vodka and pulp would mix. Sounds like a Seinfeld bit here. Fuck. Did you ever notice that I do my Andy Rooney? Remember Andy Rooney for 60 Minutes? Have you ever noticed that they're always trying to sell you this pulp-free orange juice? It's like trans fat-free. What does that even mean? What does trans fat even mean? And have you noticed that when you drink vodka with pulp, it doesn't work, but it's interesting. If you're drinking just orange juice, Andy Rooney was the best. When you're on television, people send you a lot of gifts, a lot of knickknacks, a remote control. Interesting. I don't own a TV, but thank you, Iowa. The most interesting thing that somebody sent me was a fruitcake. I didn't eat it because I don't trust people sending me food. Andy Rooney was the best. I used to do a better one. I don't have the voice down. I need to hear it. I used to really do a good voice. Have you ever noticed? I love the kid. He did a bit once. We had a bunch of crap. He's like, people send me things all the time because they love me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this baggie, but thank you very much, Wisconsin. Settle down, Babano. What is this? You getting fucking cuts now to cut in here and pimp shit in the chat? Hey, look at Babano. What, you getting a cut from what? Are you pimping fucking Fairweather Brewing Company here? Good call, degenerate, Dean. And then we thought Babano was just here because he was hanging out and shit. No. Babano's fucking, he's here to plug shit. He's telling, no, don't worry, I'll plug you guys every night. Fuck. Babano's like one of these YouTube sensations. He pushes brands. Yeah, Babano is so hip. He's like one of these people. Hey, guys, I got to tell you, man, I got a new pair of Adidas, man. These fucking DJ Adidas are the best. You're lucky, Babano. You're part of the SBR family. Otherwise, that would be a fucking, you're going in the penalty box for this. Babano, you've been warned, Babano. You've been warned. The last guy to plug something so good was our boy Mark Lathrop. We're gonna get Mark back on the show. He probably thinks, oh, how come he hasn't had me on? Yeah, we're caught up in all this playoffs and draft shit. We're having baseball talk right now so much. But remember, Mark Lathrop was about like 30 seconds into our interview on the show, in which he mentioned he has his own wine company. I believe there was about 3 references throughout the piece of him. Remember, he was drinking the wine. He had like the wine bottle set up behind him. He had the wine. It was. No, you know what? You got to pimp what you got to do. Feel free, Babano. Pimp away. Fairfield Brewing Company. Goes great with the soup in Hamilton. Goes great with the soup. All right, I'm scared to look at my picks right now. All right, we've got under 5.5 defensive backs. Under 5.5 defensive backs. We've got under 4.5 linebackers. And we got under 5.5 quarterbacks. And under 5.5 offensive linemen. I think I already lost the linebacker prop. No, all right, I'm confused here. Where's my settle Betsy? What the fuck is this? I'm confused. I should have more fucking bets. Well, all right, this is why, because it's the last 48 hours. Motherfucker. Oh, no, I bet that at the other book because I got better odds. Sorry. All right. I'm confusing myself here. Yeah, I think Andy Rooney was, and Andy Rooney would be very happy. Do you ever notice the Cleveland Browns seem to mess up every draft? I'm not even a Cleveland Brown fan, and I find it frustrating. Yet this year, the Cleveland Browns took Baker Mayfield. And we got Saquon. Well, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I know he's a heck of a football player. Calvin Ridley. Wide receiver. Oh, boy. Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. Alabama once again. Alabama once again owning the first round of the draft. Can't complain if you're the Atlanta Falcons. You get a hell of a wide receiver. And what's interesting about this pick is it's not like he just went to a shitty team where there's going to be a ton of pressure on him. You got Mohamed Sanu. You know, you've got guys here. Julio Jones, obviously. You know, Devontae Freeman. There's a lot of superstars on offense already. So Ridley could just be a kid, blend in, and then let his talent grow, as opposed to being put in a pressure situation where he's expected to excel right away. All right, let me just do a little recap of the positions here. So Saquon Barkley is the only running back that's been taken so far. That's a good thing, as we know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 picks left. Fuck. There's 6 picks left. I can't have another running back, and I can't have another wide receiver. Basically, if Cortland Sutton gets drafted here, I'm fucked. Yet, we hit one of our big props. No quarterbacks taken. Not all 3 in the top 3. We'll recap how we did in the end here, but where are we at with the linebackers and all this shit? And linemen. All right. There's been 2 linemen taken from Notre Dame. Linemen taken from UCLA, that's 3. Oh, shit. Oh, I've already lost. Fuck. Center is fucking lineman. 3. Frank Ragnow, center. That's 4. Billy Price, 5. Isaiah Wynn, 6. Motherfucker. You know, it's plus, you know, that one was like plus 87. All right, what about the DBs? Denzel Ward, 1. Minkah Fitzpatrick's a safety. I believe he's part of the DB package. 2. Derwin James, 3. We hit the Derwin James prop. So there's been 3 or 4. Denzel Ward, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Derwin James, that's 3. I feel like I'm missing one here. Derwin James, safety, yes. Minkah Fitzpatrick, safety, yes. So that's 2. Denzel Ward, 3. All right, I got a little wiggle room here. I got under 4.5 there. Yeah, I got running backs taken in the first round, under 1.5. Still sweating this one out. Wide receivers taken in the first round, under 2.5. Still sweating this one out. Wide receivers, under 2.5. That's right. I double-clicked this one accidentally last night. I forgot about that. All right, so yeah, bookmaker, I only have the wide receivers left and the running back props left. And I got the linemen and the linebackers over at Bet365 now, along with the quarterbacks. Under 5.5 quarterbacks taken in the first round. All right, so I got under 5.5 defensive backs taken in the first round at plus 137. There's only been 3 so far, and we're looking pretty good on this one. Under 4.5 linebackers taken in the first round. Plus 200. What are we at here? Roquan Smith, linebacker, 1. Tremaine Edwards, linebacker, 2. Leighton Vander Esch, linebacker, 3. Rashaan Evans, linebacker, 4. We're running out of real estate on that one. So we got 4.5 linebackers. I can't have another linebacker taken, and you know it's going to fucking happen. All right, now what do I have? I got under 5.5 offensive linemen. I wish I could say centers aren't offensive linemen, but they are. Offensive linemen, so there was the 2 Notre Dame dudes. That's 2. Colton Miller is 3. Frank Ragnow is 4. Billy Price is 5. Fuck, I can't have another offensive lineman taken. I can't win all these. I mean, there's going to be some position taken. I just got to hope that I can maybe hit the plus 200 or the plus 137s here. Let's get on with this shit. Fuck. I think Seattle could take a defensive back here. I'm going to say Josh Jackson, Iowa. I'm going to say Josh Jackson, Iowa. Now, I want to give you my my quick thoughts on all these teams and the top picks and stuff, but we got Teddy joining us in a couple of minutes. Let's just see what Seattle does here. The pick is in. Lamar Jackson still sitting on the board. Are under 5. I can't believe the total quarterbacks taken in the first round was 5.5. And look, Lamar Jackson hasn't even gone yet. We're at 4. So unless Lamar and Mason Rudolph both go, which I don't think is going to happen. The New England Patriots, will they take a quarterback at 31? Maybe. It's funny because the media has been pimping all day that Bill Belichick, or last week or so, that the Patriots love Lamar Jackson. That's something the Patriots would do. Except Tom Brady would be around so long, Lamar would never play, and they'd end up trading him like they did Garoppolo in 3 years. Fuck. Nice pick by the Atlanta Falcons, though. All right, here comes Rodney Goodell. Boo! Boo! Why are the Bills playing 5 in the first 7 games on the road? Wow. There goes my running back prop. Are you kidding me? I like Rashad Penny, but wow, you took him ahead of Geis and fucking Sonny Michel? Ooh. Interesting. That's a fucking weird pick. Man, nothing against Rashad Penny, but he would have been there later. like, this is insane. Way too high. Way too motherfucking high. I don't have a problem with this, but I'm telling you, no one was going to take this kid this high. And they have a horrible offensive line, as you guys are talking about. Like Russell Wilson runs for his fucking life all the time. And you get a fucking little running back. Holy fuck. That's pretty crazy, man. Well, there goes our 1.5, man. Didn't see that one coming, fuck. Motherfucking Rashad fucking Penny, really. Let me just see here. Let's see. Running back rankings. All right. So listen, scouts rankings and shit don't mean nothing, but for the record, this was the pretty much a consensus was Saquon Barkley, clear-cut number 1, Darius Geist, then the next running back off the board. And then you pick whichever one you want, whatever kid from Georgia, Nick Chubb or Sonny Michel, can't go wrong with either one. Ronald Jones, USC, Kerryon Johnson, Auburn. And then you get into Rashad Penny and Royce Freeman. Like, this is a big step up. I mean, whatever, man. Seattle like them better than all these other guys, but you didn't have to take them now. Like, I don't understand this. Like, whatever happened to fucking patience? Nobody was taking Rashad fucking Penny right now, Carol. Like, I guarantee you, other teams, someone else is going to take Geist now. That's what's going to happen. I already lost the prop anyway, so it doesn't matter. Someone's going to take Geist now because they're going to go, holy fuck. Fucking now the next, if we don't take Geist now, someone else is going to fucking take him because these idiots just took Penny. You didn't have to, like, take him there. It's sort of like, you guys ever play fantasy football? You motherfucking wait for players. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I like fucking Aaron Rodgers, but I don't got to take Aaron Rodgers in the 3rd round. I'll fucking get a good quarterback in the 5th round. Like, what was Seattle doing? And another thing is, if you're going to get this star running back, why wouldn't you fucking, if you're Seattle, you had success with Marshawn Lynch. Who's the closest thing to Marshawn Lynch in this draft? Nick Chubb. He's a bowling ball. Nick Chubb is your Seattle fucking runner. You just took Rashawn Penny's like 5'8" or something. Holy motherfuck. Yeah, this not a good move. Not a good move for Seattle here. And I don't know, watch this kid turn out to be one of the best running backs ever, but I don't like it. To me, this is fucking nuts. He ran a 4.46 in the 40 at the combine. He had a good combine. He had a good Senior Bowl game. I remember the game. He rushed for 2,248 yards and 23 touchdowns for San Diego State. I don't know. Donnell Pumphrey also put up a shitload of numbers at San Diego State. Running the football in the Mountain West, like, he's 5'11". He's a little bit bigger than anticipated. They claim he's 5'11", which means he's probably about 5'9". And kid rushed for like 1 million motherfucking yards. He led all Division I players with 2,027 rushing yards. He averaged 5.5 yards per carry against the Stanford Cardinal. Fuck me. Wow. A lot of bombshells in this draft. All right, who's this kid? What just happened? Edmonds. Tremaine Edmonds, now his brother gets drafted. All right, so there's a safety. So we're up to 4 now. There was only 3 DBs taken before this. We're getting up there. We're up to 4. We got under 5.5, though. There's 1, 2, 3. There's only 4 more slots left. Proud moment for the Edmonds family. Two kids going in the fucking first round of an NFL draft. Not bad. All right, Ted Savransky should join us momentarily. Although, as we know, we've had issues with Google Hangouts with the guests this week. If we do, I don't know, I'll log out and log in. Maybe there's a problem. Yeah, we'll see if he has a problem getting it. I don't know what the hell's going on with Google Hangouts this week. What up, Ghoster? Is it up to 5 now? Jair Alexander, did I forget to count him? Yeah, CB. Oh, so that's 4. You're right. Now 5. Now you're right. 5. I can't have another one taken. I can't have another DB taken, and I can't have another linebacker taken. If they both get taken, whatever. I'm going to hit all those QB props. It is what it is. The wide receiver prop is still alive. We should be all right here. We'll add it up when it's all said and done. I'm getting confused. I got too many pages open. I'm trying to add these positions up and shit. I'm worried. Where's Teddy? I'm fucking stressed, man. Not even like gambling stress. Just too hectic. I got a million pages open. I got all these bets going on. This fucking stupid computer really starting to piss me off. This computer's been pissing me off for a fucking year, though, to be honest. I said, I sent Teddy the link a few minutes ago, and he's not in yet. All right. He hasn't responded. Hey, I can't get in. Remember, we had a Feinberg can't get in. Big Man, Babano got in last night, but there was echo. And then Big Man, there was echo. And then I logged off and logged back in, and it worked. Yeah, I'm a little bit pissed. I couldn't bet on every fucking game or every prop, but Hayden Hurst going in the first round. We knew fucking he was going to go in the first round. All right, here's Goodell. Jacksonville on the clock.
In the 2018 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Taven Bryan, defensive tackle of Florida. Be who you are, baby.
Defensive tackle. That's good. I don't have a defensive tackle prop. I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. Ideally for me, I've already lost the running back. What up, T-Bone? I've already lost the fucking running back prop. So ideally for me, I'd prefer to see another running back go here. Or Lamar Jackson. And maybe I could hit the linebacker and the offensive line and the cornerback one. It goes to show how good Jonathan Quick was, Pittsburgh Brew. Yeah, we're not there yet, Hamburg. Yeah, let's pray. Thank you. That's the thing. I got to be honest with you. I'm not having a great time betting on these props. It's too stressful waiting it out all night and shit. Yeah, I swear, I'm really starting to think right now. I'm really starting to think right now that Teddy has a problem getting in. He'd be here by now. I just sent him a message asking him if there was a problem getting in. I don't know. I'm going to ask the SBR people to take a look at this Google Hangout shit, like behind the scenes, or because a lot of the shows that they do are on TriCast during the day, so they don't really have the same issues. Like, it's bizarre. Like, Feinberg's not an idiot. He moves a lot, and he's pretty baked. Yeah, he might be stoned, but he knows how to log in. Like, Google Hangouts is not hard. It's a pretty easy system, but evidently there's some sort of like kink or flaw this week with it. Now, Big Man brought it up last night that they say that they're working on it now. That or whatever, there's like big upgrades coming to Google Hangouts soon. So I don't know, maybe there's maintenance going on type shit while we're on. I remember Ustream was like that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't control this though, Jets. Like oh, here's Teddy.
Morency.
Teddy, we were worried you were lost in cyberspace, actually.
No, dude, I was hitting the Google Hangouts link and waiting for a minute and trying again.
Oh yeah,
trying again. Third time was a charm.
Let me ask the guys in the chat, is there an echo? Is Teddy's audio okay? You're fine with me, Teddy, but Google, the Hangouts have been fucked for us all week. Is Teddy's audio fine? Sounds like it's good.
Check 1 2. Blibbity blabbity.
You guys would be bitching and saying, "Oh, there's an echo right away." I think we're good so far.
All right.
Good to see you, Teddy.
What's up, Gabe? How you holding up, my friend?
I'm sweating out this NFL draft right now, and it's not really like the funnest thing, man. Like, I bet a bunch of props, so like I'm sweating out until the 32nd pick. Like, I can't
right. What do you got?
I can't have another offensive lineman taken, and I can't have another fucking DB taken. So I'm hoping for the best here. And I've been distracted. Like, I'm trying to add up who's been taken. I'm fucking it up. Oh yeah, that guy. I forgot about him. Like, it's a fucking mess, Teddy. But
yeah, come on, give me the because I haven't seen the last couple of picks. Let me see what's going on here.
Did you
been sweating the whole way through?
Yes, I've been sweating the whole way through.
Nice.
Yeah. Take a DB. Motherfucker. So what am I? No, I wasn't counting on winning that one.
Oh, good.
That one I was sort of swinging for the fences with.
Georgia. Someone's telling me I was supposed to take under 1.5 Georgia first round. That wasn't any good. But, I mean, I really try not to focus too much on the draft as in individual days. I want to look at what a team did in the aggregate at the end. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
The draft is all for draft props.
So how many, let me ask you guys in the chat, how many DBs are we at now? Is that 6 or 5? Ask it in the chat. You guys are saying I lost. The DBs is 5.5.
I got Denzel Ward. That's 1.
Yeah.
All right. We got
3. That's 2.
What's that? Jared Alexander is 2.
Minka Fitzpatrick 3.
Terrell Edmonds 4. Mike Hughes 5. Who was the other one you said?
I'm asking. I got 5.5. Is it at 6 yet?
I thought I counted 5. Ward, Fitzpatrick is 2. James is 3. Alexander's 4. Edmonds is 5. Hughes is 6. You're screwed. You're dead.
Ah, motherfucker. Well, we're running out of real estate here.
Yeah, you got 2 picks left. Now, though, this is my favorite thing to do. Okay, I bookmarked the last draft for all these guys. The last mock draft. right? And I want to see how, like, not even the teams, if they got any of the guys right. Because, like, last year was 3, I think, from the final mock draft.
I know. It's this year's a real whacked out one, too. So it's a whacked out draft. Well, Rashad Penny, you're in the Mountain West country. Penny just got taken in the first round, surprising a lot of people. Gee, well, I don't know. Projections could be wrong, right? As you state all the time. And if they think he's that back, then he's that back. But there's a lot of good running backs, and they took him over, and I think they could have got him later in the draft.
Sure, but on the other hand, get your guy. You know what I mean? The concept of, oh, well, we could have traded down 3 spots. Or, I mean, you do want to pay attention to what other teams are doing in terms of the gamesmanship of the draft. You know what I mean? But I have no problem with the team taking a guy 10 spots too early or 10 spots too late.
Theory too. If you're not going to be able to get him and you want him, right?
Everybody is wrong. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
Everybody's always wrong. Mel Kiper is wrong, and Todd McShay is wrong, and the GMs are wrong, and the talent evaluators are wrong. And half the guys that can't miss will miss, and half the guys that have a major flaw will be fine. So if you have a guy that you want, go get your guy and forget what everybody else says. Everyone else is wrong. They're all full of shit.
Well said. That's the words of wisdom. We should just wrap it up right now. They're all full of shit.
Well, I mean, look, I got nothing against Mel Kiper or anybody like that, but Mel Kiper literally created his job. He's like, I'm going to start talking about draft, and he got more power to him. Give credit to him, but it has nothing to do with being right.
No, you're right.
Everything to do with creating content and having opinions.
You know what Mel Kiper learned, though? That there's a market talking about the draft. You don't have to be right. And that's the thing. He's very convincing. He knows his shit when he's talking about the players. And I was talking about Kiper's gaffes yesterday, and I was saying, listen, I'm not ripping Kiper. He knows the players, but nobody motherfucking knows how they're going to translate in National Football League. You called it, Teddy. Of course. We don't know. I like Kiper today, how he shut Herbie down once with the Bills pick, the Edmonds kid, the linebacker. Herbie's like, I don't know. He doesn't play downhill. He doesn't do this, do that. Kiper goes, he's 19 years old. It's kind of a good point. It's like, he's 19, guys. Like, let's see what he looks like in 2, 3 years, 4 years down the road. But drafts are like trades, Teddy, in sports, right? People judge trades right away, and you don't fucking know.
Do you remember when the Memphis Grizzlies traded Powell, and we're all like, they got nothing? Oh my God, the dumbest trade ever, and they got Mark, who ended up being every bit as good, if not better, over the back half of his career, and they made a playoff team coming out of that trade. Took him a year or two, but that set it up. And to a man, myself included, like, oh my God, worst trade ever, idiot.
Yep. Oh, Sonny Michel. Good. That's good, because I already lost the running back prop. The quarterback.
That's the third guy from Georgia going in the first round.
Wow. See, the Patriots, if I was Seattle, I would have went down this route. I would have went Nick Chubb if I was Seattle. But I think I trust the Patriots here in this Sonny Michel pick. I like this pick. As a Bills fan, I don't like it because I think he's good.
I don't know. Do you really – at some point, this Patriots dynasty has to end, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know if – it's sort of like – I don't know if you're a Simpsons fan, Teddy, but Mr. Burns blocks the sun and everyone in the town threatens him. And he goes, yeah, y'all talk a big game, but who's going to do anything about it? And that's my deal, at least in the AFC East. Are the Buffalo Bills ready to dismantle the Patriots in the division? Are the Miami Dolphins ready to? Are the New York Jets ready to? I agree. I see there's a light at the end of the tunnel for people that are sick of the Patriots terrorizing everybody, but they're still the best team in their division.
I don't like Super Bowl losers.
You and I have talked about them being an 18
with 40-year-old quarterbacks.
You're saying sort of coming into this year, they've been a covering machine the last couple of years, but
they've been monsters.
You're saying you're coming into this year, you're sort of maybe looking to fade here or hedge, keep an eye on it.
I'm not sold that the Patriots' brain trust is as brainy or as trustworthy as it's always been. I'll just leave it at that.
They're definitely showing cracks. I mean, look, guys are leaving. Guys are starting to say how it's hell to play there. They don't have fun. Gronkowski with the I'm sick of the Patriot way and Belichick's bullshit. And Belichick isn't going to change. So, we'll see how much will Brady age overnight. Brady shows signs sometimes. Even 2 years ago against Denver in a conference championship game when Denver won the Super Bowl, man, like he looked fucking old at times and he had issues. But then he always gets that second wind again. Like, how many more years do you think Tom Brady plays at an elite level, Teddy?
That's hard to say. I mean, that's not a question I can answer.
At least 2.
When it ends for Brady, it's going to end quickly.
Yes. It's like a boxer aging in between rounds, right? They say. You're right. It's going to catch up overnight one of these nights to him, but I'm not so sure yet. I'm not so sure yet. So, Teddy, before we get into the NBA and some Vegas hockey, actually, I'll ask you about the odds makers losing their jobs. Obviously, a tough week. I know it's been tough on you. You've been putting in the work every day. You were with Dave Malinsky's family. Still feels sort of surreal right now, but how are you holding up right now after a couple of days here?
Well, my picks suck, so that's not really good. I went over on Saturday. I bawled my eyes out, dude. I felt horrible. I was hanging out with his mom and she was fine and I started bawling and it was just like I couldn't stop. But I felt like I got it out. I was over there for probably 5 hours on Saturday and got some of my grieving out, whatever. I work with Dave every day, pretty much, better part of every day for 14 years. I don't know that anyone else was closer with him, so, and I didn't think about that. So it was, it was really tough, man. He's, a big part of what I do and a big part of who I am. So, I mean, it's been shitty, throughout, but, they announced there's going to be a memorial. I think I got a text. Let me check. Just so I don't give anyone a bad date. And we'll they're going to publicize it and all of that, but I just got the date tonight because there was some question whether there was going to be a memorial. And there will be. And it will be May 19th.
May 19th, Memorial
May 19th. So if anyone's around or what, we'll publicize it, all that. But if you want to give your respects to, a good friend of the show, it'll be, and I think they're going to do it up on the mountain. So it'll be a good chance if you come to Vegas, maybe to see something that you haven't seen before.
Ironically enough, I've got a concert May 19th in Halifax.
Nice. You in Halifax? Are you playing?
Yeah.
What kind of venue?
Oh, sorry, St. John, New Brunswick, May 19th. That's like a mini Maritimes tour. Bar halls type shit. 600 people type scene.
Right on.
Yeah, not like arenas or theaters. When I was in a band before, we used to play we played in front of 2,500 people type shit.
Uh-huh.
We play like sort of the theater crowd. We're always the opening band, but we played some nice venues and stuff. But yeah, this is like sheer bar type shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, yeah, you got whatever. You got 500 people there. It's we
won't get 500 people. But no, in one of the places.
But how would you fly to Halifax for the gig?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of complicated and interesting. Complicated, not so interesting. But the guy, we used to be in a band together. It's been like 20 years and shit. But we've gotten, I guess, mid-age, midlife crisis type stuff. Figured, why not? Let's fucking spit this out one last time. So we're actually recording a new record. Like, we've got the songs already done. But all 4 of us live in different cities. So it's extremely challenging. And, I'm motherfucking busy as hell. One of the drummer guys busy. We're all in different cities. And the drummer actually lives in Halifax. And our bass player lives in St. John, New Brunswick. So we got asked to play the closing. It's the last night of this fucking famous hall in St. John, New Brunswick. Sweet. We used to be big there and shit. We have a lot of fans there. So they asked us, since we're reunited, if we'd come and play the last night at this place called the Panic Room. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we're going down there and we're going to play in Halifax. And then basically, since we're recording this summer and it's $100 an hour in the studio, Teddy, we want to be one take Jake's, buddy. You know what I mean? We got to get, everything's got to be fucking ready. So they're going to be coming to Toronto to record for like a week or so. And, you know, it costs money to fly around and shit. So we're killing two birds with one stone. Long story short, I'm going to the Maritimes of Canada to play like 3 concerts in like 4 nights or so. I'm going to do a live SBR sports show from a sports bar.
Nice.
And during the day, I'm going to be rehearsing with the band, rehearsing new songs so that when they come to Toronto in July, we sort of have a head start on it, you know?
Sweet.
Yeah, you know, sort of like.
So anyhow, yeah. So the bottom, but Malinsky's memorial is going to be the 19th of May.
Yeah, you know it's free, but you know, man, Dave loved music. Like, you know, Dave had a lot of passions. You know, one of his passions that, you know, he loved. Dave was interested when we played a reunion show. We hadn't played in years. We played in Montreal, and I was getting emails from Dave. Man, he was like, "You have any videos of it?" And he was really interested. So that's the one thing. I was talking with Mark Lawrence about Dave yesterday, and one of the reasons why he was so smart, I guess, he really asked a lot of questions to everybody. Mark had a good point when he said he didn't like look down at anybody. Like, you know, he could be friends with the mayor of Vegas, but he'd have the same respect, and he talked to a cocktail waitress, and he was really inquisitive, wasn't he?
Yeah, I used that line on the news.
What, inquisitive, really?
No, I said he talks to say it didn't matter if you were the mayor. I think it was or the valet driver. He treated everyone with respect. Dave was just smart. You know, I mean, he did ask a lot of questions, but he was a bright guy, you know.
Yeah, smart dude. But I liked his music. I like the music angle too, and his columns and stuff. He'd have the music video. But I said the best way we can honor him is to try to become better bettors and smarter people and better bettors, and to beat the book. But it's a challenge, as you stated. You'll get there, Teddy, as you get through this.
Oh, dude, right now I can't even pick my nose. I'm as cold as I'm probably as cold as I've ever been.
And it's tough.
Life, it feels like.
Teddy, I know what you mean. Like, it's tough, like when you're working all the time and stuff. And I'm sure you put a couple hours in. You're doing sort of, you know, you're capping, you're doing your thing. But even if you're putting the work in, if your mind's preoccupied and you're not there, even if you sit in front of a computer for fucking the same amount of hours, if you're not there, you're not there, right, Teddy? That's what I find with me.
No question. But I mean, it's not like I haven't been there. I just can't. I mean, I can't make a right decision. You know, you're debating side total. You're debating this, that. You know, there's never they're certainly not jumping off the page at me right now. You know,
yeah.
When you're in rhythm. Crap. You still there? Am I alone now? I don't know what's going on.
Oh, there you go.
I thought you were gone.
Yeah, that's Google Hangout.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Mac McCursey. Yeah, if you want to, give us a thumbs up, we appreciate it. But more importantly, check out the Sportsbook Review SBR rating guide, guys. It's right in the show description under here when you hit show more with all the different social media accounts. The SBR rating guide. Pick out a sportsbook that's right for you. And it's great stuff. We talked about this with you guys the other night. Shows you like what countries, what currency they take. Oh, no, this place does Bitcoin. They don't do Bitcoin. This place doesn't do this. It does that. What's the sign-up bonuses for different places? All the A+ rated books, etc. So check out the sports rating guide there. So, Teddy, I've been focused on this NFL draft here. I'm going to do a recap after when we let you go after. But the Las Vegas Golden Knights, holy motherfucker. I was reading some of the stories from the Las Vegas papers to people that I've been reading all year, and they're still up there. From Jay Cornegay said, they said, what happens if Vegas wins the cup? He said, well, they're going to shut down the strip. There's going to be the biggest parade ever here and party in Vegas, and I'll be there, but I'll have my resume in my hand.
Yeah.
And because he put 500 to 1 out there to open the season. And
yep.
He's not alone there. But not only that, Tony Miller was, Jimmy Vaccaro said that Vegas games are free date night. Come with your girlfriend, place a Vegas bet, and have a free date on us. Take your girl out. And they're all like, Tony Miller's exact quote was, I have a love-hate relationship with the Vegas Golden Knights now. And not only that, Teddy, not only are they winning, they're winning on the puck line often in the regular season. All the one-goal games against the Kings, but they're kicking the shit out of the Sharks right now. This is getting real, man.
It is getting a little bit. What were they, like plus 210 on the puck line tonight? Oh, now my echo's coming through. God damn it. Everything was fine, and now it's not. Or that's better.
You're still all right here.
Okay. To say that, I mean, even Jay Cornegay would have his resume in hand, and Jay Cornegay is, as influential a sportsbook director as there is in town.
Yeah.
I mean, that property at the Westgate without the sportsbook, I'll take the under. I'll take the under 6 months.
I said the same thing. They're just making a light, though, that they're going to get hit on this for real.
Hit is not the right word. They're going to get destroyed. Okay. Think about, I mean, the biggest hits that I can remember, the Rams winning the Super Bowl when they were 200-1 over the Titans that year. We had, what did we have last year? Leicester City,
Yeah.
and the books. But the exposure and the vulnerability at those huge prices was bad, but nothing like this. Everybody in town has a Golden Knights future. Okay, there's 2 million people live in Vegas now. Everybody bets them every night, and this is to say this is a betting town. I mean, this, what it's like here. It's not. It used to, and normally we say just for NFL, because the NFL. I mean, literally every person in Las Vegas feels like it bets the NFL. Every man does, and half the women do too. The Golden Knights have become that. They become destination betting. Where people are stopping in between the last game and the next game to get their wager down. And when you're talking about football, eventually you're going to make a point spread high enough that's going to price a team out of, they're not going to cover every week. Eventually. Not with money lines. The only time the books get anything back on the money lines is when the Vegas loses. And they're not losing.
And dude, they were like 51-31 on the puck line or something crazy. Plus money all the time.
Everybody in town. And I mean, you want to talk a bandwagon. Again, when things work, you'll do it again, and you'll do it again, and you'll do it again, and you'll do it again. And Vegas has been winning all year long. The bandwagon is absolutely enormous. And the bookmakers, they're sweating this as much as I've ever seen them sweat anything. This would be a big deal for some casinos and for some sportsbook directors. They might get fired.
I said the same thing. If you're a smaller guy, and you're right, if you made a mistake before in the past and you pissed your boss off, that's what I said about Corny. I said, Corny ain't getting fired, but it's a check mark with the boss. It's like, it's a check. You know what I mean? Colorado, Eric is asking if we think the Raiders will get on a roll in the same way once they get to Vegas and crush the books. And no, because like Teddy just stated, the point spread, and this is an expansion team, so it's not really the same analogy coming over from an established team. And by the time the Raiders get to Vegas, they're not even going to be the same Raiders that they are right now.
Yeah, when we talk about Oakland's future and the hiring of Gruden and the long-term big money contract for Gruden.
Teddy, I got to tell you, he was a fun analyst. I enjoyed him in the booth, but the fact that his 2 running backs that he gets rid of Crabtree to bring in Jordy Nelson. Then he fucking re-signs Marshawn Lynch and figures it'd be a great idea to bring in Doug fucking Martin after that. I don't know. He's clueless, dude, when it comes to player personnel. That was his problem in Tampa, because he won, and then they were like, oh, he's a genius. Let's give him complete control. You saw the carousel of quarterbacks and player personnel that he goes through, Teddy. It's going to be the same caravan in Oakland.
And the last thing the Raiders needed was a splashy hire. You're moving to Vegas. You don't need a splashy hire. Okay. But we'll see. I mean, Jerry's out, but I'm not real bullish on the Oakland Raiders when we talk about where I think they're going to be 2 and 3 and 5 years from now. And when you talk about like the back end of that contract, what that might look like,
yeah, 10 years. He ain't lasting 10 years.
Nobody lasts 10 years.
No, he ain't lasting.
Except for Belichick and Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, and Marvin Lewis got a lifetime pass. Free lifetime pass. So speaking of not winning, I fucking took the Boston Celtics tonight and the over. Worst possible score. Celtics, and Celtics and the over. Milwaukee and the under is the final result. The home team's won every game in this series, but the home team hasn't covered every game in this series.
Every game but one?
Two.
No.
Wait, yeah, you're right.
The game the home team didn't cover was game 4.
You're right. Every game. No, you're right. You're right.
I mean, Bucks would have covered game 1, but it went to overtime.
Yeah. So what do you think happens in game 7? Do you think Milwaukee can knock them off?
I think it'll be a battle. But I think Celtics and note the point. Did you note the point spread for game 7? Where Boston's been laying 2.5 and 3.5 and all of that. Now it's 4.5. You know? Yeah. Good game. That's what I'm gonna say is good game.
Stuff. People are all Brad Stevens this, Brad Stevens that. SBR had a great tweet earlier in the day about Brad Stevens fucking losing first halves at an alarming rate in the playoffs, actually. I think it was something like, oh, Brad Stevens is a great coach, but his point, look at his first half track record, they're down. I mean, people act like Brad Stevens has read Arbacker's fucking something all the time, Teddy.
Oh, sorry. I just got a message, but it wasn't that. I thought it was details on the Malinsky thing, but it was just pictures. What's that?
Understandable. I don't know. Did you ever see the fucking the Calvin news Bodog fucking news shit where there was a picture of me instead of Dave?
Yeah. You were talking about that. I heard you're dead.
It's very distracting. I got people sending me tweets. Why are you dead on Google? I'm like, it's not me.
Yeah, I hate walking around dead. It makes for a long day.
Yeah, was it me mountain? Do I look like I'm mountain climbing? Fuck.
Well, I mean,
I lived in Vegas. The closest I came to Mount Charleston was going to the Walmart on Charleston.
Yeah, exactly. Closest you came to Mount Charleston was probably up in your condo.
Yeah.
But I mean, in some ways, I feel like Milwaukee's the better team, aren't they?
It feels like that Boston sort of gotten the most out of what they have right now. The injuries are catching up.
But they got Smart back.
I know.
So the only guy that's injured is Irving now, that they've really, as a key player for them. True. I mean, obviously Hayward, but Hayward's been out from day 1 this year.
Rozier sort of hit a wall over the last couple of games. Terry Rozier.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown can only do so much. He's still young. But,
I mean, tonight Boston didn't shoot well. I mean, that's all what it came down to. Wasn't like they got clobbered in any other way. They just didn't. I mean, they shot 37%, and the Bucks shot 50%. Milwaukee hit shots, Middleton was again. I mean, Middleton's been really good in this series.
He has been. And the Greek Freak's just so good. You get the feeling that he's ready to break through. I know. It's tough. All right. So let me get the lines open, throw the other basketball series at you. Toronto Raptors. Do you think, dude, they're 6-15-8. You brought it up last week when we spoke about Dwayne Casey's record. The last time we spoke, ATS record on the road. And it pretty much continued, a playoff record. On the road, I can tell you, Teddy, he's now 6-15, 6-15 in 21 road games as head coach of the Raptors in the playoffs. They're getting 2 points here. Is it too obvious? And not to mention the Wizards have won 8 straight home playoff games and you're only laying 2? Or does Toronto show a killer instinct? I'm a Raptor fan, so I appreciate your outside perspective on this.
Toronto's supposed to win the game tomorrow. They're supposed to close them out. They closed out Milwaukee on the road last year in the first round. They're supposed to win that game.
I get the feeling it's not going 7 either. I think they show up and raise it up a notch. Every road game in this, the 2 road games in Washington, Toronto looked fucking good, Teddy, out of the gate. You're like, oh, damn, they're not screwing around. Like, yeah, they're crisp, they're focused, they're playing smart road basketball. They're playing good defense. They're, the crowd's totally taken out of it. It's the quietest arena. Washington's fans, they're very reactive. When shit starts going well, they really get into it. But they really sort of sit on their hands when shit isn't going well. And the Raptors suck the life out of the building, but the Raptors just don't have a sense of urgency on the road for one reason or another. And going into these fourth quarters, late in third quarters, they cough up the lead, and then it sort of snowballs and they fall apart. big difference with Valanciunas playing in the fourth quarter, guys, last night. He needs to play in the fourth quarter more. DeLon Wright really stepped up last night. I think the Raptors get it done, getting the plus 2 points.
I wouldn't argue with the concept, but I mean, excuse me. Van Vliet, man, that's who you're missing right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Like he was supposed to be a little bit out, and then he was all right. He might play game 3 or something. And
practicing for nearly a week. You're right. Like every day he's practicing fully, but then he's never playing.
And it feels like that second unit clicked with him. And that second unit hasn't clicked the same way in the postseason. It really hasn't. And it's not like the Wizards have a great bench. Toronto's bench hasn't stepped up, and I think they're a little bit out of sync without their point guard. You know? And I already worry about the minutes that DeRozan and Lowry are playing. You know, too many minutes.
Cleveland
they didn't work them that hard in the. What's that?
I was just going to move on. I was going to say I was going to move on to Cleveland, but if you got a last thought on it,
hang on, I got to turn your volume up. Air conditioner just clicked on. Start yelling.
I was going to move on to Cleveland, but
okay.
The last thought on Toronto and Washington.
Last thought on Toronto and Washington, it would be Raptors or pass.
So LeBron James. The legend of LeBron grows after last night's 3-point shot. Never mind the fact he fucking committed goaltending a couple of seconds before that shot. The game before, it was atrocious. It was like Monday Night Raw, WWE Wrestling, how much they aided and abetted the Cavs in the last minute of that game. I mean, it's not the ref's fault that Oladipo's not shooting the ball great and that they went 4 minutes without scoring. I'm not going to blame the refs for everything, but LeBron just annoys me, man, because I've never seen superstars get calls, but for fuck's sakes, it's over the top with this guy. And you and I have talked about it in the past, about how they don't want Toronto on TV. They don't want the Pacers on TV either. They want LeBron on TV here moving forward. Last thing they fucking need is the Pacers versus the Raptors on ABC for the next 2 Sundays, right? Or 3 Sundays. But the Pacers match up well with these guys. What do you expect of this one? Pacers -1.
So I think LeBron in my pantheon, I'm ready to move LeBron above Michael Jordan. As sacrilegious as that is, just in terms of the length of time that he's been at his best. Jordan didn't last this long. You know, LeBron's he's never had a good team. Even the teams he won championship with Miami, Wade's hurt every year, Bosh is out every year, and it's LeBron carrying it, doing it by himself. Look what he did last night. What, he hit 14 shots. The rest of the team made 17. You know, of course, he didn't get whistled for goaltending, but he single-handedly has made every team that he's been on for the last 15 years a championship contender. Indiana's a better team, and I wouldn't be shocked to see this go back for Game 7. I wouldn't be shocked to see any of these go back for Game 7. You know?
Yeah, it's annoying as a Raptor fan because the Raptors, like you said, Cleveland aren't fucking great, but he's a one-man wrecking crew.
Yeah, he's hard to beat.
He really can take over a game. That's the problem. He can do whatever he wants. He's going to get the calls, but he's so fucking big, and when he steps it up, yeah, he's an unstoppable force. It's going to be a problem for the Raptors in the next round.
So do you remember the series that Cleveland beat Detroit in the Eastern Conference Finals? And LeBron scored, I think, 25 straight points in the fourth quarter. And that was the year that the Cavs ended up getting swept by the Spurs. That'd be 2007, maybe.
The Rasheed Wallace Pistons era and stuff.
Yeah. When the Pistons made the Eastern Conference Finals 6 years in a row.
Yeah.
You know, with Chauncey and Sheed and all those guys. That was a really good team for an extended period of time. But that was when at that point, that was 2007, had to be. That was when LeBron became was the best player in the league. You know, like LeBron from there has been the best player in the league since. You know, make an argument it was Shaq or Kobe before then. That's like 12 years, man, 11 years. That's hard to do. Was MJ the best player for that long? He took a couple years off in the middle too.
You know, I don't think they're fair comparisons, even though it's always going to be done. I've always stated that really LeBron James, they're different bodies. They're different players, right?
Oh, yeah, completely different players.
Yeah. One thing I will completely agree with you on is I can't argue that the Bulls, LeBron had better sidekicks than LeBron has had. You know, like Michael Jordan, like had good teams. He had good players and
better coaches too.
The first 6 years, he couldn't win without those guys. Remember, like he needed Rodman to get there. Like he needed help. There's no disputing it. I've always thought LeBron is comparable to Magic Johnson. And I always thought Magic Johnson sort of gets left out of the conversation when people talk about best players ever, because I think his skill set is right up there with best player ever. I always thought LeBron and Magic Johnson were more comparable.
I don't know about that because LeBron's so much bigger than Magic. He plays so much bigger than Magic. You know, I know that Magic is famous for playing the 5 as a rookie in the.
I haven't seen LeBron James play all 5 fucking positions.
Anyhow, I got a lot of respect for LeBron, and in that price range, I'm a little bit concerned about the Indiana side.
But I respect LeBron. I don't like him. I don't dislike him personally. He bothers me. His NBA game bothers me. His arrogance bothers me. But I do respect him. I think he is the best player in the NBA, and he's been the best player in the NBA. He's the best player of this generation. But I don't think he's better than Michael Jordan. And
well, now explain to me how his arrogance bothers you.
Is
he more arrogant than Tom Brady?
No, Tom Brady's the biggest bitch in the fucking world.
Right.
And I don't like Tom Brady either because of that. Like LeBron James will fucking hit you over the head and then cry about getting a foul called. LeBron James got a timeout call the other night when he didn't have possession of the ball. I haven't seen anything like it in my life before. A league or referees bend over for one player as much as they do this guy. Like maybe if they called the game fairly, the Pacers they'd be the ones up 3-2 right now. It's bullshit. You know, that's the thing. Like you said, LeBron, he just bitches all the fucking time. All he does is get fucking calls. And all he does, he's an asshole. He gets coaches fired. He bitches. People give him all this shit about, his teams suck all the time. He's the motherfucker that runs the fucking team. He's the one that wanted this guy. He's the one that, you know what I mean? He fucking goes through players all the time, and it's always him. And then everyone always, Cleveland are not that good. He's the de facto coach and GM, fuck.
He's not the GM.
Oh, yeah.
Not the GM. They have a banged up, ineffective Kevin Love, Jose Calderon, Kyle Korver, J.R. Smith. Those are the starters with LeBron. Larry Nance, Green, Clarkson, and Hood coming off the bench.
LeBron James.
Remember that team that made the finals in 2007? Who was the second best player on that team? Anton Jameson?
LeBron James. No, you're right. Yeah, no, he's carried people. I'm not disputing it. But if we're going to get into LeBron,
what coach did he get fired? He got, hey, have you seen anyone rehiring David Blatt lately? That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Maybe they should. Maybe they should. Yeah, Dave Blatt got a raw deal.
He did. But
the thing with Dave Blatt is I don't have a problem with Dave Blatt getting canned. LeBron's the fucking starter team. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. That's the NBA. But LeBron is such a coward after. He says he didn't know that Dave Blatt was going to get fired. He was never consulted. He had no idea. Like, you buy that? Why does LeBron just man up and say, yeah, they told me, and hey, it's a cold world. It's tough business. Fuck. You know what I mean? I wish him the best. Oh, no, I didn't even know they were going to fire him. I had no idea. Like, he's full of shit. Like, that's my deal with him. Like, he's just full of shit. You know, it was LeBron. He was the one that told him, well, you better fucking give Tristan Thompson an $18 million a year deal. It was fucking LeBron that told him, you better give Iman Shumpert the money. You better pay J.R. Smith the money. Like, it was LeBron James that told fucking Pat Riley, we need to take Shabazz Napier in the draft, Pat. And doesn't tell Pat that he's leaving 5 days later. Like, he's just a prick, fuck, you know?
Good basketball player.
I'm not going to dispute that. All right, so let's move on from that.
Yeah, what do we got? I got a couple minutes here, and then I got to fly.
You're the one that fucking started praising him. Now you've upset everyone in the chat too.
Good.
A lot of Jordan defenders here. Oklahoma City. They looked like shit last night, but they saved their ass in the fourth quarter, getting 6.5. What do you think?
So I had Utah last night. So I don't know if my thinking is clouded on this game, but I worry about the Jazz. I worry about the Jazz laying this price. I think their confidence got really shaken last night. I think that collapse has a potential to have hangover effect. They're supposed to close that game out, close that series out. And I know that Gobert got in foul trouble and Favors got in foul trouble. But guess what? The Stars got the calls.
Yeah.
OKC's got the Stars.
Plus, Westbrook's been getting trolled. He's got a lot of balled up anger. You're right. It could start going downhill, easier running downhill as opposed to uphill like they have been. And all right, Teddy, before we let you go, finally in closing, Pelicans are getting 8. Total's 223.5. Let me look at a series price for this. I sort of thought the Pelicans matched up better with the Houston Rockets for one reason or another, but the Golden State Warriors, my God, minus 900, Teddy, against the Pelicans. I think the Pelicans can play with them, but I don't have the guts to say they're going to beat them at plus 600 in this series. What do you think?
I agree. Look, all year long, we've been talking about the NBA championship is going to be Golden State versus Houston. I think we'd all feel ripped off if we didn't see that series. It's a series we want. It's a series we expect. And, Alvin Gentry knows the Warriors real well. He was assistant there for their first title. I think New Orleans will be competitive. Key player for the Pelicans in the series, you asked me, is Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday in the first round was so much better than Damian Lillard. It wasn't funny, and McCollum and whatever you want to call him. If Holiday plays at that level here on both ends, Pelicans got a puncher's chance to hang around for a while. But honestly, the NBA is not the NFL. You don't have teams coming. They didn't make the playoffs last year, and they get hot and win 3 games, and guess what? They're Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
The NBA, there's this whole, you got to go through and make the playoffs, and then you got to
win 4 to 7 times. It's fucking easy. You can get hot and get to a Super Bowl, right? It's hard to run the fucking table and get through a playoff series.
Especially against the defending champs who are not going to give up without a fight. So, Warriors in 5, Warriors in 6.
I agree. I'll say 6. I think the Pels are good enough to maybe win twice here. Teddy. Good stuff, Teddy.
So I'm going to Fenway on Sunday, dude.
You're going to Boston this weekend, really?
Oh, yeah. I got a family commitment. So that's why I got to get off the air. I
remember last year you tweeting in the summer from Fenway, actually.
Yeah. My brother-in-law's got season tickets. So whenever I go out there,
the whole family going or just you?
I don't know. All I know is I'm going.
That's right. Married life. All right.
I'm assuming my brother-in-law will go.
No, I'm talking about the Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everyone's going. All right.
Yeah, it's a family deal, dude. I freaking, weddings, bar mitzvahs, I hate that stuff. But once in a while, you got to, and I blow off as many of those as I can, Gabe. But every once in a while, you run into one that you just can't blow off.
You won't be there. You won't be there for the Celtic game, then, huh? Fenway.
No, I'm in and out, dude. I'm in flying tomorrow. It takes all day to fly there. You know how it is when you fly east.
Yeah.
And then we have the family thing on Saturday to go to the Sox game on Sunday, and then fly back here. I actually do sports bet on Monday, and then again head to the airport to fly back. So
I live it. I know it. Yeah. Flying east sucks. You're right. You lose the 3 hours. It is all day. All right, Teddy. So we'll let you handle your business. Great stuff. Hang in there, buddy. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk some NBA basketball next week.
I look forward to it, my friend.
Thanks, Teddy.
Be well. Thanks for you guys for paying attention. Listen.
Oh, and listen,
thanks out there
somebody
listening.
asked, actually.
What's that?
If they wanted to contribute or send flowers or donation to anything, Was there a suggestion from Dave Malinsky's family?
So here's the skinny, right? There's this guy named Tom who's been putting together who's been working with Dave to put together this nonprofit, like a Protect Mount Charleston thing, but the tax exempt status hasn't come through. So he's really trying to get it so that people can donate to this, because that's the actual project that Dave was working on.
Oh, interesting.
But I don't have any info on it yet. It's not like they're waiting for some tax thing to go through. Who knows if it's going to go through? If it doesn't, by the time of his memorial, we'll have something that people could donate to help the.
I was actually thinking personally, even of a donation, sort of maybe to those Mount Charleston, the volunteer crews and stuff like that, to keep their going. They're very good people, those guys.
They're and volunteers. You know what I mean?
Risking their own life too, right? Yeah.
They're not getting paid for that. They're just doing it to
They're going
help
up there in the tough places and shit, not just walking around. Yeah.
No, it's a badass job, dude.
I know. Yeah, you got to be qualified for it. Yeah. Like I said, that was one of my ideas, but we'll talk. It's still raw right now, but we'll come up with some good stuff.
Raw.
Life's raw, Teddy.
Martavius Bryant to the Raiders.
Yeah, that's good. The Raiders never change. All right, last question, and you got to go. Baker Mayfield, #1 overall, Teddy.
Words cannot express how sorry I am for Cleveland Browns fans when you have a bad organization. Now, there's a situation where it makes sense to trade down. You have the #1 pick. I understand Mayfield's your guy. Okay, great. No one else is taking him #1. So you can trade down to #2 or #3. And probably
could have gone 4, not even trading. I know.
If you don't buzz on him, you could have got him number 50. Because yes, that's where he was in the pre-draft rankings.
You're right. No one else is going to fucking take him, Teddy.
Number
fucking 5 or 6 or 7 or 10. I know.
That being said, if he's the guy, he's the guy. I don't mind you getting your guy, but when you have the #1 pick, that's a valuable asset. People will trade up for that and give you
more. The way I see it is you went fucking 0-16 for this. This is what you got out of it, really? For fuck's sakes. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, at least the Lions got Stafford, right?
Like Saquon Barkley, the best running back prospect the last 25 fucking years. The Giants.
Oh, shut up. Anyone that takes a running back in the top 5 gets what they deserve. Watch Saquon Barkley. He will be like every other top 5 running back and stink. Period.
Last few top 5 running backs have all been hits.
Yes and no. People were calling Gurley a miss. He had 1 good year last year. Let's see him do it again.
He's had out of 3, he's had 2 good ones.
And who was the other guy that went in that draft with Gurley? The guy for the Chargers.
Melvin Gordon.
Yeah. How's he working out?
He's good when he plays. I'm not a huge fan.
Exactly.
He went like 10 or 11.
Can't miss. Oh, my God, can't miss. Trent Richardson.
Leonard Fournette has been good. We'll see. It's been 1 year. Ezekiel Elliott's good if he doesn't get suspended. All right, we could argue about NFL now. I know you got to go.
No, I'm gonna frickin' nail you on this because I'm right, you're wrong. You can't take running backs ever. Okay, how'd McCaffrey do last year? Bust. Dalvin Cook, bust. Joe Mixon, bust.
Dalvin Cook's not a bust. He was fucking good. He got hurt.
Yeah, hurt. Guess what? He got hurt, and he's never gonna be the same back. He ripped his leg into 40 places. Bust.
He'll be fine.
Okay. Hey. How's Mark Ingram doing? Trent Richardson.
Ingram?
David Wilson. Oh, my God. I love these first rounders. These are beautiful, dude.
Mark Ingram's had a good fucking career.
First round good? TJ Yeldon. How's he working out? Amir Abdullah. Bishop Sankey. Giovanni Bernard. He went before Le'Veon Bell.
First round running backs.
Oh, yeah. I know. All right, here we go. Trent Richardson, Doug Martin, David Wilson. 1 out of 3 was okay. Mark Ingram, bust. CJ Spiller, you'll enjoy him. Ryan Matthews, bust. Javid Best, bust. Noshawn Moreno, bust. Donald Brown, bust. Beanie Wells, bust. These are all first rounders. Darren McFadden, bust. Jonathan Stewart, good. Felix Jones, bust. Rashard Mendenhall, good. Chris Johnson, good.
They're all first rounders, but they weren't all those guys you're naming. They weren't can't miss. This is 5-star, best guy we've seen since Barry Sanders guys.
Reggie Bush. What do you call him? Because I call him a bust.
Reggie Bush is a better than average NFL player.
Yeah, a bust for the number 1 pick or the number 2 overall pick. A bust.
They shouldn't have taken number 1 or number 2 overall.
But at least he was better than Lawrence Maroney. Joseph Adai, he's a first rounder. Ronnie Brown, 2 overall. Best running back of his generation. Cedric Benson, number 4 overall. And there's Cadillac going 5. 3 running backs in the top 5.
Yeah, Cadillac Williams, the 2 guys. Yeah. Man, you're really getting the chat going here, Teddy.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, the two positions you cannot draft for any reason are quarterback and running back. Can't draft a. I shouldn't say that. There's a reason to draft a quarterback. If you're number 1 and you have Eli or you have Andrew Luck or you have your clear-cut franchise QB, Cam Newton, whoever you want, Matt Ryan, you're allowed to draft that quarterback. That's it. Otherwise, you can find Case Keenum out there every year. All right? Every year you can get a Case Keenum. Every year you can get a Nick Foles. For pennies on the dollar. So have fun with your Saquon Barkley.
Nick Foles.
Mayfield. You know who had the best first round?
Nick Foles. Nick Foles only won a fucking Super Bowl because he was on a fucking loaded team, Teddy. Nick Foles.
Okay. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. He was good enough to win a Super Bowl. You dropped
him like Star Trek. He beamed up like Star Trek. Beamed me up and dropped me into a fucking 14-1 team with 3 weeks left while we have home field advantage.
Right?
That's not running the table through a season and getting you. It's a big difference.
In my opinion. Okay. You have a clear-cut number 1 QB, a franchise QB, you take him. Otherwise, you can always find a QB off the scrap heap who will get you to who can be good enough, whether it's Rich Gannon, whether it's I'm just trying to think of, names of that you're going to appreciate.
Gannon had one
Doug Johnson
in the Super Bowl.
Huh?
In fantasy football, you can stream quarterbacks. I hear what you're saying, but you can't. Teams don't know. Like you said, it's not an exact science. For all we fucking know, the Kurt Benkert kid will turn out to be a star for Virginia, and he falls ass backwards into something, right? Colin Kaepernick out in Nevada, no, he was an athlete.
No, because we watched Kurt Benkert in college and we said, this kid's not an NFL quarterback. That's not what we said about Tom Brady. We watched him in college. That's not what we said about other lower round draft choices. That when you watched Russell Wilson in college, guess what? Kid made plays all over the field. Okay. So he was small, so he stood in the 3rd round. But Kurt Benkert, you watched him in college, at no point did you say, wow, this guy's making plays all over the field.
If everyone thought that Tom Brady was going to be so fucking great in the NFL, he wouldn't have went in the 6th round.
Obviously, and also that's a different era. So to go back that far in my mind is hard to do. You're
the one that's dropping all these old picks.
I know. You're the one that's bringing up Kurt Benkert. I got to go, babe. Love you guys. Have a great week.
All right. Always
love
fun.
You guys. You're beautiful.
Eddie.
Get the chat fired up.
Yeah, we were too lovey-dovey. It's good. We'd end like this. Screw you.
Exactly.
Bye-bye.
Fucking cocksucker.
Fuck off, Teddy. See you later. That's great. Get the fuck out of here, Teddy. See you later, buddy. Fuck off. See you. Fucking Teddy, man. I'm all fired up now. Fucking LeBron shit. Like, there was too much. I was trying to comprehend everything he was saying, and I'm like, fuck, man. But I knew if I said something, it was going to start like a real debate between us. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man. This fucking MJ shit's pissing me off. LeBron James is not better than Michael Jordan, all right? I don't give a shit. I'm not even going to argue about it. We're not doing this. It's like saying that Justin Bieber's better than the Beatles. Just stop, fuck. Stop. Like, just stop, fuck. I'm not having the argument. Like, it's angering. I'm not going to do it. So that was sort of just making my blood boil. And I was trying to fucking get through that LeBron fucking propaganda festival. Listen, LeBron, I said it. Oh, Vegas scores. The game finally goes over 6-0. I admitted it. I'm saying I don't know what more people fucking want. Like, can't we just say that LeBron James is the best player of this generation? It doesn't mean he's the best player fucking ever. Being the best player of this generation is pretty damn good. All right? LeBron James is on the fucking top 10 list. He's on the top 7 list. He's on the fucking little Mount Rushmore, okay? I'm not saying he's a scrub. But this little catapult, it's the same assholes that fucking catapulted Tiger Woods to ahead of Jack. Oh, he's way better than Jack. Oh, fuck Jack. Oh, Tiger Woods, look how he hits the ball. Fuck Jack. Oh, there, he's going to shatter Jack. Oh. Tiger Woods is not better than Jack. And he's not going to beat Jack's record. Oh, see, Brooks, fuck. Tiger Woods is, what are you talking about? Dude, look at the levels of domination over the years. It's not even close, Brooks. Tiger Woods was a fucking, Tiger Woods was the best of his generation. Jack is the best ever. Man, you're a real millennial, Brooks. All right, I need a break. Everyone settle the fuck down, all right? Everyone settle down. I don't want to talk. It's the NFL draft night. I don't want to argue about fucking Michael Jordan and LeBron. Everybody settle down. And now we're getting into Tiger and Jack. There's no fucking comparison. There's no fucking comparison. Winning counts. I don't give a shit, fuck. You know what? Jack didn't do steroids like Tiger Woods, and he still won more, fuck. You're killing me, Brooks. Exactly. It's a great comparison. LeBron James is Tiger Woods, fuck. You know, LeBron James isn't in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's territory. Like, all this shit, oh, he's better than Jordan. He's not better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's not. We're talking football tonight. I want to get fucking Geoff on right now. Our boy Feinberg. Where's Tim Anderson? Tim Anderson will have a good take on this. Jack or Tiger? Tim will really make us all mad. Where are you at, Tim? We need Tim in here now. Oh, fuck. Michael Jordan is nothing but a glorified DeMar DeRozan with a gambling problem. That's a good line. All right, everyone's getting pretty worked up here now. Everyone's getting pretty worked up, including myself. I know, Big Will. This is like bad take night. Like, what the hell's going on here, guys? You guys are killing me. I don't even get mad about this, about trolls in the chat. The bad takes are killing me. I'm with Big Will. It's bad takes. It's bad take night here. Hey, anyone going to tell me that Baker Mayfield was a great pick number 1 now? It's bad. It's a bad take night. I think we need a break. I think everyone needs a break. Tim Anderson's going to come on. Fucking Tim's going to fucking tell us Larry Bird's the best player ever. He's going to throw us for a loop. We all know that Larry Bird is the best player ever. If we need a bad take, we need a bad take from Tim right now. Come on, Tim, where are you at? If Tim was tuning in, he'd already be here right now. We got to send out like the Tim bat signal. All right, we're getting back to the draft. Fuck. Golcher says we nailed it. I don't know if we nailed it, but we're going to find out if we nailed it. And for the record, too, Teddy's dropping first-round draft picks from fucking 22 years ago. No Sean Marino and shit. No one said that no Sean Marino is the next Herschel Walker. You know, like Teddy's dropping all Rashad Salam and shit. Yeah, there's been some bad running back picks over the years. All the recent running backs that have been taken high have been good. Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram's not a bust. The guy's been in the NFL for fucking 10 years, for fuck's sakes. Todd Gurley is good. Todd Gurley is good. How did the Dallas Cowboys do without Elliott in the lineup this year, guys? How'd they do with him in the lineup, and how do they do without him in the lineup? Just asking. From the same people out there that say running backs. Pat Mayo said the same thing. Like Teddy, running backs don't matter. You can get anybody. Okay, Dallas had anybody. Fuck, they had the same offensive line. How did it work out without Ezekiel Elliott? What was different? Evidently, you know what I mean? What was different? No, now it's 7-0. Fuck. Vegas are just trolling these guys now. He left Tony Dorsett off the list. He left a lot of guys off the list that were top draft picks, star running backs. Emmitt Smith. He didn't bring up Emmitt Smith, did he? Teddy was very selective. He named like the shittiest running backs over the last 30 years. I mean, he left out there was a ton of top draft picks that are running backs. He didn't mention any of them. All right. Everybody needs to settle the fuck down. Settle down, Auburn. Fucking Jets. Of course. Here's Auburn. Wow, with the Jets. Fuck. Yeah, Herschel Walker. Marshawn Lynch was a first rounder. This whole shit that you can plug any fucking running back in is bullshit. The Philadelphia Eagles won with 3 running backs. Like LeGarrette Blount. Where's LeGarrette Blount drafted? First round? Late first round? Jay Ajayi. Jay Ajayi's a damn good elite running back. You know, not superstar, but star. All these people that say, oh, you could plug anybody in a running back. Yeah, you could plug anybody in a running back on fucking win 8 games if you want, sure. Plug anyone in a running back. Saquon Barkley is a generational player. Well, you know what, Auburn? We're gonna let you bag on the Jets because they're in the playoffs, buddy. Nobody loves the Jets like you do, so we'll give you that. Hey, listen, Winnipeg are a good team. No, whiteout tradition. You guys are like 5 years old. Yeah, number 2, Marshall fucking Faulk, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, like I said. No, I'm getting mad here. Listen, we haven't taken a break all night yet. I got to go to the bathroom. Stretch break, 7-0 in this fucking thing. We'll come back. We'll argue more about this shit, and we'll take a look and see how I did in my props. I think I won a few of them. I did the quarterback ones well. What up, T-Money? Yeah, the show was all mellow until Teddy started this off. Now the Tiger shit. Jack is better than Tiger, all right? Doesn't mean Tiger's not great. Tiger's the greatest golfer of our generation and of recent memory. Jack Nicklaus is the best golfer of all time. Like, explain to me how a guy who has won 12 times is better than a guy who's won 17 times or fucking whatever he's won. Jack fucking played in like fucking 38 Masters or something like that. Jack like won in the fucking 60s and won in the fucking 80s and shit. Like Tiger Woods fucking had a dominant run where he was juiced up playing against fucking a bunch of fat guys. As soon as golf caught up to him, Tiger Woods' body fell apart and all right, so let's go through the draft. For the record, PK Subban is now banging Lindsey Vonn. They're an item. Not that I care about these things. I don't really get into athlete relationships too much. Lindsey Vohn's like a Kardashian. She only bangs black athletes, but unlike a Kardashian, she doesn't take your money after. After, you're good with Lindsey. It's all right, It's like, yeah, she's been around a little bit, but, she's got money and shit. She doesn't want your money. Yeah, so PK Subban and Lindsey Vonn. All right, so let's go through these draft picks, boys. Yeah, just for the record, too. Just for the record, if we want to talk about good running backs that were number one picks and top draft picks, OJ fucking Simpson was pretty good. LaDainian Tomlinson was pretty good. Eric Dickerson was pretty good. Earl Campbell was pretty good. Barry Sanders was pretty good. Tony Dorsett was pretty good. Emmitt Smith was pretty good. Marshall Faulk was pretty good. Curtis Martin was pretty good. Adrian Peterson was pretty good. Bo fucking Jackson was pretty good. Jerome Bettis was pretty good. Terrell Davis was pretty good. We can go on. O.J. Simpson. Bill Cosby. It's a good thing Bill Cosby likes Jell-O because he's going to be eating some of it in jail. Well, I'm trying to keep it pretty recent. Kareem Hunt was pretty good last year, wasn't he? Don't give me this running backs don't matter. Saquon Barkley will be a star. The Giants' offensive line isn't very good. They're going to have to get some help there. And I'm not telling you that Saquon Barkley is going to wreck the NFL, but I'm telling you that Saquon Barkley is going to be a damn good football player. All right. Let's do this thing. Number 1, Baker Mayfield. All right, let's here are my thoughts on Baker Mayfield being taken first overall by the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, that's my. Those have been my thoughts. Those are my. Those are my thoughts. Here's better actually. Here, these are my thoughts on Baker Mayfield being number 1.
Yo lo primero que entraba a donde me colocaba pedía el día de descanso ya. Y me dice algo, yo, ha entrado usted y ya está pidiendo el día de descanso. ¿Sí?
¿Cuál es el trabajo más duro que has hecho?
So what do you think of Baker Mayfield going first overall?
En la playa. Trabajar en la playa. Que desde por la mañana hasta por la noche.
This guy plays good against Kansas. He likes up Big 12 defenses, and he's number 1 pick in the draft.
No te lo he contado yo a ti.
Pinche de...
pinche de cocina. Lo que me mandaba el cocinero. Limpiar la lechuga, hacer aliño, limpiar pescado. Y lo que me pasó con el cocinero que es mi charro.
¿Qué te pasó?
Que no te lo conté yo, la esa en el agua. La de... Y la encontré porque estaba la ballena agarrada entremetida entre las piedras de...
He's saying, in translation, he's like, I can't believe it. And then the Cleveland Browns take this idiot that got tackled by a cops and gave fingers to Kansas Jayhawk fans, and it runs a 4.84 and is 6 feet tall and is the first quarterback to be taken. It's this short since Johnny Manziel. And it's the same team that took Johnny Manziel.
Y cuando entro en el restaurante me ve el cocinero con una paellera y a ver solamente paellera. ¡Asómate! ¡Mira dónde llega el agua! Llegaba el agua hasta el restaurante. Había subido la marea. Eso. ¡Ay, que se ahora! Con los dos sacos largos. ¡Ay, llama!
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better myself. I couldn't have said it any better myself as far as the Baker Mayfield pick. The Cleveland Browns, man, you guys should be relegated to the Canadian Football League, and the Toronto Argonauts, the Grey Cup champions, should be allowed into the NFC North now. Like, it's to the point where you guys should not be allowed to have a team. Like, you already lost your team, but like, I don't know, like, I can't even fathom being a Cleveland Browns fan. You guys went fucking 0-16, had the first and the fourth pick, and you come away with Baker Mayfield. Nobody was taking Baker Mayfield first. Like, the level of unprofessionalism and fucking stupidity on your behalf when you had the fourth pick as well. Did you really motherfucking think that anyone was taking fucking Baker Mayfield besides you at that fucking place? The Jets got fucking Sam Darnold, the guy they wanted all along. The Giants were laughing. They got Saquon Barkley. They're like, good, thanks, Cleveland. It's like the NBA draft with Michael Jordan. They took Sam Bowie, Akeem Olajuwon, and Michael Jordan. And listen, you can't call out the Houston Rockets for picking Akeem Olajuwon ahead of Michael Jordan. Akeem Olajuwon won 2 NBA titles and was like one of the best fucking players ever to play the sport of basketball. I guess, though, you guys, though, Akeem sucked. I guess fucking, I guess Larry Nance Jr. is better. Well, Akeem Olajuwon, he's nowhere near as good as Clint Capella or Draymond Green. Hakeem Olajuwon was one of the best fucking players ever. Yet, the Portland Trailblazers drafted first in that draft, okay? So basically, it was one of these deals, sort of like now. You have 2 star players. You got Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan wasn't a phenom in college. He was really good. He hit a big shot and shit. They won a championship. He was great, but he wasn't like full out like, oh, he's going to be the best player ever to fucking live type shit. Yeah, he was just sort of the hot player at the time. But Akeem Olajuwon at the time was like, holy fuck, Akeem Olajuwon's one of the best college centers ever. The guy's a monster. He's fucking good. And it was a sort of a debate, right? And then what happened, the Portland Trailblazers were drafting first overall. They had a fucking choice. They could have gotten Michael Jordan or Akeem Olajuwon, one or the other. No, they took Sam Bowie. So Baker Mayfield, meet Sam Bowie. Saquon Barkley, meet Akeem Olajuwon. Meet Michael Jordan. It's, me too. I'm with Jazz. I'm not even a Cleveland Browns fan, and it angers me, their stupidity. Like, honestly, like, I would stop being a Browns fan if I was a Browns fan at this point in time. You can't, like, guys, you went 1-15, you went 0-16, you don't fire Hugh Jackson. You just brought in Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor makes $16 million a year. What the fuck are you doing with Tyrod Taylor now that you just brought in Baker Mayfield? And I'll tell you what, son, Baker Mayfield won't be better than Tyrod Taylor. So what are you going to do? And the thing is, Tyrod Taylor is just sort of a guy the teams bring in to abuse and fucking pay. So now Tyrod Taylor fucking goes to here. Now everyone's going to want to see Baker Mayfield play because it's the first overall pick in the draft. You're fucking stupid, Cleveland. You're fucking stupid. You're paying $16 million a year for a backup quarterback in Tyrod Taylor now. You could have got a generational fucking running back. All right, you don't want Saquon Barkley, fine. If you guys wanted a quarterback, you could have taken fucking Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, or Josh fucking Allen, all who are better than fucking Baker Mayfield are. You drafted, after drafting Johnny Manziel, you learned nothing at all, fuck. You went back right to the well and took another dumbass, arrogant kid. You know Baker Mayfield's 24 years old? He's not even a kid, fuck. He's 24. Like, when's he going to mature? When? He's fucking old, fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah, you lit up the Big 12. There's no Big 12 good quarterbacks in the NFL. There's never been a good Big 12 quarterback. The Big 12 barely produces any good players in the NFL. he's 6 feet fucking tall. He's 6 feet fucking tall and slow. He played in a spread offense. There's a big difference between being a great college quarterback and a good NFL quarterback, okay? It's a totally different world. Vince Young, was a great college quarterback, one of the best college quarterbacks ever. He was good in the NFL, but he faded away. And he was one of the better examples coming out of the Big 12. Look at Tim Tebow. Baker Mayfield's more accurate than Tim Tebow, but they're sort of similar. And Tim Tebow sucked, fuck. We can go down the list of Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks that have just been terrible. How did Johnny Manziel do? How did fucking Tim Couch do? How did Eric fucking Tim Couch? How did Eric Crouch do? We can go down the list. The comparisons to Drew Brees is fucking insanity. He's not Drew Brees. Drew Brees like a football junkie and shit. Fucking straight arrow fucking dude. Baker Mayfield's an arrogant little prick. Cleveland are fucking idiot. Cleveland are fucking idiots. Like, you guys are idiots. Like, you didn't have to take Saquon Barkley, but the fact that you reached and took a player, and when you had the 4th pick too, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, I knew that the New York Giants were taking Saquon Barkley. Everybody knew this, that if you were paying attention, that the Giants were like, holy shit, if the Browns really do this and don't take Barkley, we'll take him. So, number one, you knew that the Giants weren't taking fucking Baker Mayfield. All right, then you basically had to worry, are the New York Jets taking Baker Mayfield? So were you willing to make that gamble? I would be, because I'll be like, man, if they take Baker Mayfield, we can get fucking Sam Darnold or Josh Rosen or Josh Allen. And we fucking just got Saquon Barkley and Josh Rosen and Josh Allen. Or Sam Darnold. Like, the fact that you fucking took him first when you could have taken him 4th. The Giants were not, you honestly, does anyone in the fucking right mind think the New York Giants were replacing Eli Manning with Baker Mayfield? No. No, they weren't. So then you had the New York Jets. The Jets weren't going to do that either. It was only bullshit that people thought Baker was going to the Jets. The Jets wanted Sam Darnold all year last year, you remember. Remember last year it was like, oh, the Jets want Sam Darnold. They're going to tank to get Sam Darnold. They didn't even have to tank. They got Sam Darnold. And then because of you, Cleveland, everyone else got a better player. Thank you. We get Josh Allen. We'll get to that in a second. But because of you, Cleveland, everyone else got a better player. John Elway's thinking there's no way in hell I'm getting Bradley fucking Chubb at 5. But, hey, now I am, because Cleveland fucking took Mayfield first. And then Cleveland reaches up again to take Denzel Ward. Denzel Ward's a good player, but nobody was taking him at 4. Like, they really don't know what they're fucking doing. Like, listen, Denzel Ward's a good football player. You could have got him at 10. Why didn't you fleece the Bills? Like, why did Tampa trade it with the Bills to 7? If you wanted Denzel Ward, Cleveland, why didn't you just fucking trade? It's amazing. Like, your level of incompetence, and I'm sure you're all patting yourself on the back now like you did a great job. You're fucking idiots. Like, it's to the point, though, I actually feel sorry for you people. I'm not the Cleveland Brown fans and shit. Fuck them. You know what? I briefly feel sorry for Cleveland Brown fans. Then I remember they're Ohio State fans. So fuck you. All right? So I just got to remember that. No offense to my boy Sports Rage fan, but it's a rivalry. So, yeah, the thing is, Cleveland Brown fans have been dicks. Like, the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns were all sort of the same, but the Browns are always shitheads about it, and their fans are. Like, the Bills and the Lions are closer. I think it's just an Ohio thing. The state of Ohio's fucked, right? People are crazy there and shit. So, like, they're actually just, like, they're incompetent. Like, I don't know what the fuck they see in Baker Mayfield. Guys, maybe I'm going to be wrong. Maybe we're all going to be wrong. You see here, they're fucking, they're comparing them to fucking Russell Wilson. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, because Russell Wilson hangs up on agents. Because Russell Wilson got tackled by a cop. Russell Wilson's like a fucking virgin dating Sierra, for fuck's sakes. Oh, we don't have sex until we're married. Baker Mayfield, fuck. The fucking kid thinks he's Brett fucking Favre or something, man. Like, oh yeah, good for you. You lit up the Big 12. Like, how did Baker Mayfield do in the second half against the Georgia Bulldogs, a real SEC defense? Georgia don't even have a fucking whatever, you know, almost awesome defense in the world. Baker Mayfield fucking had 37 yards. They punted 5 times in the second half, and he threw an interception. How'd he do in the Senior Bowl? I don't know. He had about 7 passes batted down at the line of scrimmage, but I don't know. Don't worry. I guess, you know, and I love this too. I saw Chris Mortensen tonight. This is how stupid Cleveland are. I saw Chris Mortensen say, Cleveland really did their research on Baker Mayfield in the college season. Their general manager even went to a game and saw Baker Mayfield play against Kansas and just loved it. I would throw 4 touchdowns against Kansas. Like, the Cleveland Browns are taking players because of how they played against the Kansas fucking Jayhawks now. And at least it's better than a couple of years ago when homeless guys were telling you to take Johnny Manziel and you did. Well, we weren't going to take Johnny, but a homeless guy told us we should. And, you know, we really should listen to the fans. Yeah, so yeah, Mort saying, you know, they went and they saw and they loved how he looked against Kansas, the Kansas Jayhawks. The Kansas Jayhawks are like the worst team in college football. Like, honestly, like, yeah, Baker Mayfield looked good against Kansas Jayhawks. Good for him. Yeah, looked good against Baylor. What, the same Baylor team that lost as 33-point favorites to the fucking Liberty team? Liberty? The Big 12's a joke, fuck, all right? Yeah, Baker Mayfield, oh, he really lit up Texas Tech, fuck. Yeah, good. Good for you, kid. $7-0 Vegas wins. 7-0 Vegas wins. All right, so Baker Mayfield, #1, don't like it. Saquon Barkley, #2, perfect fit to the New York Giants, guys. It's been years that the Giants haven't had a real running back since Tiki Barber. And you know what? Saquon Barkley, I think it's a good comparison. He's a better Tiki Barber. I'm not saying Saquon Barkley's the next Barry Sanders, but what I'm saying is he does everything well. He does everything well. He's a good kid. He does everything well. He's a superior athlete. He's from New York. He's from the Bronx. Like, it's just a perfect fucking fit for the New York Giants. He's got superstar written all over him. How about Odell Beckham? Class act that he is. Odell said, welcome aboard, little brother. You said you're going to sell the most jerseys in America this year. You're a star. Like even like a bunch of other experienced NFL players were all like gushing about this guy. I'm telling you, man, he's the real deal. He's a superstar, this kid, Saquon Barkley. Sam Darnold, #3 to the Jets. Like it. Like it. Just because I bet against USC a lot because they were overly favored doesn't mean I don't like them. There's a lot to like about Sam Darnold. You know, Sam Darnold reminds me of Matt Ryan, Matt Stafford, Carson Palmer. All not bad, right? If those are your careers. You know, Sam Darnold strikes me as the type of guy who's going to be in the league for fucking the next 8 to 10 years. And, you know, he'll go to the playoffs. It'll be a growth thing going up. Maybe in a couple of years, people will be like, well, he does play for the Jets after all. We can't discount now. But, you know, I can see it sort of, you know, after a couple of years, Matt Ryan, and, you know, he starts to get really better and better. And then, you know, he's sort of that, sort of what I'm saying is not superstar, but tier 2 elite. You know what I'm saying? That's why I look at Sam Darnold. Matt Stafford, Matt Ryan type, Carson Palmer type in his prime. Not star, superstar. You know, you got your tier 1s, not your Breezes, your Bradys, your Russell Wilsons, but your tier 2. But a guy that's not a bust. A guy that's not a bust. And hey, if I'm comparing you to fucking Matt Ryan and Matt Stafford, in other words, I'm saying this kid's about to make $250 million, marry a really motherfucking hot chick, and win a lot of football games. You know who I say fucking, you know who Baker Mayfield is? He's Colt McCoy. He's a better Colt McCoy. Baker Mayfield won't be a bust. It's not like Baker Mayfield won't be speaking with fucking you and me at the IFBC in 2 years, like Johnny Manziel. All right, Baker Mayfield won't be a guest at the IFBC 2021. Baker Mayfield will be in the NFL. I think maybe Baker Mayfield's a starter down the road, maybe, or something, but I think it's going to be a really bumpy road, and he'll end up being a career backup. That's my prediction for Baker Mayfield, and I've been wrong before, but that's my prediction. He won't like be so bad that it's like, oh fuck, man, this kid fucking send him to the Arena Football League. You know, he won't like drink his way out of the league or anything. But one thing is though, Mike Blewett, who I had on today, smart guy, he raised a good point. He said, I know where you're going with that, Gabe, but he said, if you look at top quarterbacks who've been taken and haven't worked out, they never last. No one ever makes them a backup. Like there's been a lot of first-round quarterback bust, top guys, and they don't really become backups and hang around. They're sort of out of the league after. So I'm not saying Baker Mayfield's terrible. He's a good player. He's a good player. But to me, fuck, like there's no way in hell. He's not even a top 10 pick to me. Like they're fucking insane that they made him the face of the franchise, especially considering he has fucking attitude problems. He has maturity problems. Like I said, if you get flustered and grab your crotch and then you give the finger to the fans at Kansas, how are you going to do in the NFL? How are you going to do when you go into Pittsburgh with those Steeler fans now? They're not going to fluster you? Baker Mayfield, all of his plays, he rolls out and shit, but he's slow, so he's going to roll in the NFL. He's going to get smashed, and he's short. He's short. Everyone's going to be batting balls down and shit. It's not going to work, man. Tyrod Taylor's better than he is. You're not even better than Tyrod Taylor. You're the number one pick in a draft. I got to tell you, Cleveland, if I'm taking a number one fucking pick in a fucking NFL draft after I go 0-16, I want my player better than Tyrod Taylor. He's not better than Tyrod Taylor. It's going to be funny in camp. It's going to be a battle. It'll be like, Tyrod Taylor's better than him, but fuck, he's not that much better than him, but he's better than him. And then they're going to put Mayfield in, and then he's going to be terrible, sort of like Nate Peterman in Buffalo, and they're going to be like, oh, shit, we better put Tyrod back in because fucking Baker's really not ready for this, and he's not as good as we thought. You mean, fuck, it's not as easy to fucking move the ball on the Pittsburgh Steelers than it is the Kansas Jayhawks and the Baylor Bears? Bad pick. Yeah, Heath Schuler, good comparison. RG3 is better than he was, and it didn't work out for RG3. RG3 was better than Baker Mayfield. RG3 was at least fast and can scramble and shit. Mayfield's not even fast. You got a 6-foot, guys, in the last 20 years, he's the shortest quarterback next to Johnny Manziel to be taken, all right? There's a fucking reason for it. And don't give me this Russell Wilson bullshit. Russell Wilson is like a fucking God-fearing Christian that doesn't drink alcohol, was a good enough talent to be a professional fucking baseball player, and played in a real conference in the Big Ten with the Wisconsin Badgers, went to Rose Bowls, and is a dedicated kid to his craft. All right, so I can't stick on this one, Baker Mayfield, forever. Don't like it. Thumbs down. What do you want me to grade this on? Scale of 1 to 10 per pick? Thumbs down. Baker Mayfield, thumbs down. Scale of 1 to 10. I grade this pick a fucking 3. Fuck. You're fucking idiots. Saquon Barkley, 10 on 10. Bravo. Bravo, New York. You didn't overthink it. You got the best player on the fucking board. He happens to be from your fucking town. He's going to be a generational superstar. You've got a devastating amount of talent on offense right now with Odell Beckham Jr., Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram, and fucking Saquon motherfucking Barkley. You got to draft some offensive linemen tomorrow over the next couple of days. Beef up that old line to protect old man Manning. But now, and also you can progress with Davis Webb, who actually might be the future quarterback still. And if not, you can set up and take a quarterback in the coming year here. All right. Or maybe later in the draft. Saquon Barkley, love it. Sam Darnold, like it a lot. I don't have a problem. It's a solid pick by the New York Jets. As I stated, I look at this kid as a Matt Ryan type, fucking Matt Stafford type of kid. Denzel Ward, I think Cleveland reached here again. I mean, they reached. Look at mock drafts, and I know mock drafts are out there, but look at all of them. Look at the consensus and stuff. The Sportsbook had Denzel Ward going 11.5 over under. You know, he goes 4. It's just another instance where Cleveland, you drafted 2 players that aren't terrible. I'm not saying Baker Mayfield sucks. He's, you know, whatever. But you didn't need to take him 1. You could have taken him 4. And then conversely, Ward, you could have traded down and gotten Ward. And especially since Buffalo moved from 12 to 7, why didn't you try to fleece Buffalo? Like, it's just dumb. Like, it's just not thinking. You're not using your fucking, like, you talk about draft grades, all right, and points and shit per player. You add up the 2 players that you guys got, it's not going to add up, man. Bradley Chubb, what can you say? Fuck, they got the best defensive player, Denver, to go along with Von Miller. I bitched about it at first. I wanted a quarterback there, but I actually keep forgetting they signed Case Keenum. So that's my bad. My apologies. Bradley Chubb, great fucking pick. He's a great player. Denver's defense going to be good, but their offense does suck. They need a running back. CJ Anderson, I like him, but he's not explosive and he gets hurt. You guys need tomorrow to get a fucking running back, man. Quentin Nelson, Indianapolis. And Andrew Luck loves this pick. I don't know, man. They're calling this kid a sure shot Hall of Famer. One of the meanest fucking guards ever to have come to the National Football League. Mean-spirited kid. Likes to hurt people, fucking pancake people. I guess he grew up in a family. He's got like 12 brothers, and they're all big dudes that fight all the time and shit. He's just a born fucking offensive lineman, man. Notre Dame, stays in the state of Indiana, protects Andrew Luck. Solid pick by the Indianapolis Colts. 10 on 10. Josh Allen, my Buffalo Bills. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I was pimping Josh Rosen, but I think Josh Rosen would have embraced Buffalo. I don't think he would have had attitude about it. But I will admit that I think Josh Allen's personality and situation is better for Buffalo. He's a raw guy. He's already doing videos. Yeah, I love Bills Mafia. I can't wait to play there. I love chicken wings. Like, let's go. Like, he's one of those guys. He's got a fucking cannon for an arm. Like, he's got the strongest arm in a draft. He's probably got the strongest arm in the NFL now. I read at the Combine. I remember mocking it at the time because people were in awe of it. But I guess he threw the football 90 yards at the Combine. He actually threw a ball from the 10-yard line into the end zone. Like, he fucking zinged it up in the air. Just, fucking, like, he's 6'5", 240 pounds. The ball, it looks like a Nerf ball in his hand. Like, he fucking zings it. The problem is, it sails on him at times. He's inaccurate. Now, Troy Aikman critiqued the pick after and said that he didn't like the pick because you can't teach accuracy. But I'll disagree with that. His footwork is a little off. He's a big kid. He's going to get better coaching now in the National Football League. And one thing about he's very Carson Wentz-ish, actually. I think it's a good comparison to Carson Wentz, Josh Allen. He's bigger than Carson Wentz. He's got a stronger arm. Wentz is probably a little bit more mobile, but I don't know. That's the thing it's really going to be a pleasant surprise for people to see Josh Allen play. He's very Cam Newton-ish, actually, as well. 6'5", better thrower, though, sort of inaccurate, but cannon like Cam. Cam's actually inaccurate. It's not a shock they like him. He fit all the roles of what McDermott and Bean like. Big kid, cannon. Rah. You go down the list. He met all the criteria more so than Josh Allen. Buffalo don't really like prima donna players. That's why they got rid of Sammy Watkins. So I'm not shocked they went with Allen here. But the thing with Allen is, look at the tape of Allen. Just look at a couple of reels of him. The kid can run, man. He's fucking mobile. And he's not scared to run because he's 6'5" and shit. So he's not scared of getting hit. And he's pretty fast. Another kid that played baseball too, Allen. Like, I guess he could fucking zing. He was a good baseball pitcher and shit. It's ironic because everyone's talking about, well, Josh Rosen wasn't a good fit because of the California angle and playing in Buffalo, etc. Josh Allen is from California, ironically enough. Josh Allen's from California, but he played in Wyoming. I like the pick. I'm not going to lie. I had Josh Rosen and Lamar Jackson as my two guys here, but I also will tell you, I didn't think that Josh Allen would be there for us at 7. That's why the Buffalo Bills did this. Josh Allen, man, people didn't think he would, the Cleveland Browns threw everything for a loop, man. Like I said, them taking Baker Mayfield opened up the window for everybody else. Suddenly the Giants could get Saquon Barkley. Suddenly the Jets were like, holy fuck, we could take Sam Darnold. Suddenly the Broncos are like, oh, damn, man, we can get Bradley Chubb. Suddenly fucking the Colts are like, holy shit, we get the guy we wanted in Quentin Nelson. The Cleveland Browns just did a favor to everybody in the NFL, including the Bills, who are like, oh, my God, we love Josh Allen. We're 12, and we don't even have to trade up that much anymore to get him. No, Kevin White, you're right. Josh Rosen would have embraced wherever he went. The kid just wants to compete and win. But I'll tell you what, Josh Rosen went to the perfect spot for him. Brett Patterson, you were exactly right. The Baltimore Ravens got a better quarterback at 32 than the Browns got at 1. Great call. And you know what, Brett? You're exactly right. And Flacco's only got a couple of years left. So essentially, in 3 years from now, John Harbaugh will be on the sidelines of Baltimore. The Ravens will be kicking ass, badass dudes. Lamar Jackson running around doing crazy shit. And Cleveland will be fucking looking for a quarterback. You're exactly right. I saw a great tweet tonight too by there's a good Twitter account, Fake Sports Center. So Fake Sports Center said final mock draft, number 1 pick, Cleveland. Wrong player. Number 2, New York Giants. Player Cleveland should have taken. Number 3, Jets. Random quarterback. Number 4, they were right. It was like number 4, Cleveland. Wrong player again. It's true. I love the line though. It's like final mock, Cleveland. Wrong player. Number 2, who Cleveland should have taken. Like, I love that the Giants, number 2, who Cleveland should have taken. Exactly. Flacco's back is bad. You can tell Flacco's not one of these guys who wants to play forever. You can tell he doesn't love it. Look at the look on his face. He's sort of labored, and you know what I mean? He knows everyone hates him. Flacco's made more money than he could ever fucking dreamed of. Right? For a kid from Delaware, for fuck's sake. Pennsylvania, Delaware, etc. He's made more money than he can ever fucking dream of. He's won a Super Bowl. Flacco won't even be one of these guys that's crushed that he gets pushed up. His competitive side will get him, but Flacco's going to take a helmet to the back one of these weeks, and he's done, fuck. Is this the last year of his contract? So, boom. Yeah. All right, so you guys like the Josh Allen pick. I see Jazz worried about the accuracy. I don't have a problem with it. I like it. Interesting shit, though. There was this stuff about Josh Allen and him using the N-word on Twitter. For the record, he wasn't using it in a racist term. Like I said, I don't use the word. I don't condone it. But, I saw racist tweets. He wasn't, calling people names or anything like that. He was talking shit. You know what I mean? Like sports talk shit. Like sort of like the DiVincenzo kid. He was 14 years old, guys. And like I said, they weren't racist shit. He was talking like he was recanting rap fucking songs, typical teenager shit. Yeah, he's not a racist. He's not a racist. Like, there's never been any racist. Like, all of his teammates, all stood up. They're like, no, man, you don't know what you're talking about. He's not a racist. He was 14 years old. And he wasn't like saying racial shit to people. He was using the N-word freely. But he wasn't like saying to people, oh, I hate black people. I hate this. There's a lot of racist people out there that we can point our finger at. We don't need to make it up and shit, So the only other, it's these losers that dig into his shit, And then, so people found another thing, which is interesting, though, this one's kind of funny. Of course, A.J. McCarron's on the Buffalo Bills, right? A.J. McCarron. See you later, Rubano. And that's the thing. I see a lot of the fucking left-wing writers out there bitching. You guys know, man, I always bitch about race shit. I overly fucking race type things, right? There's nothing racial here. It's ridiculous, fuck. There's nothing racial here. He was 13 fucking years old talking shit, all right? He wasn't fucking... Mark Wahlberg's throwing fucking rocks at fucking kids. Mark Wahlberg's attacking Vietnamese kids outside of school and throwing rocks at black kids with his fucking thug kids, Irish buddies, when he's a kid. All right? DiVincenzo was talking about how he balls like Derrick Rose. I ball like a brother. Josh Allen's talking shit, fuck, as a teenager. He's 14 years old. Like, holy motherfuck, man. You saw his teammates tonight. They did a video shit, man. His team were all jumping up and down for him. His teammates love him, fuck. It's bullshit. He's not ready. It's bullshit. It was just a smear job on him. It's just a smear job. That's it. And then, so what? Bruce Arthur, of course, eh? So why is he a big tit? Why? Because he talks to you when he's a kid? Come on. You imagine if we started getting into every black guy in the NFL? Oh, yeah, man, he fucking talks shit about, he said the word cracker before. He said the word honky in high school. Oh, yeah, you know what? He got into a fight with a white kid once in high school, so he must be fucking racist, He must be a thug. Like, come on, man. It's fucking ridiculous, this shit. There's no racial problems in football. Football brings people together. Football brings people together, man. It really does. Like, it brings people of color and different colors together. You'll see, man. America is a racially divided country to a certain extent, but you see football teams, man, when somebody scores a touchdown, the O-line, the big white guys are the first guys to run, then you fucking pick the fucking running back up, and they're all hugging, and, like, they don't give a shit. I read a great story about it's like Richie Incognito. Did he use the N-word? Yes. And what happened? All the other black players on the team said, it's cool, man. They said, we talk shit in the room, man. Like, he's not racist. We just talk shit to each other. All the black players on the Bills and the Dolphins, like, he's not racist. Like, he talks shit. It's cool. It's cool. That's how we talk in the NFL locker room. Chill out. Like, people like want to brand everybody all the time. I hate to tell you, but locker rooms, they say a lot of crazy shit, man. They're using N-words. They're saying bitch, hoe, and like Donald Trump said, grab by the pussy, locker room talk. It's true. People are saying crazy shit in locker rooms. It's like a prison courtyard, for fuck's sake. Yes, Donald Trump, locker room talk, like locker room talk. Yeah, I saw a great story. I read an interesting piece. It was right after the election, and it was about the Denver Broncos. And it was basically the Donald Trump syndrome. And they asked the Denver Bronco players, every one of them agreed to do the interview type shit. And it was like off the record or if you want it on the record. And mostly every Bronco was like, I don't care, put me on the record. So it was really fun. It was a great read. And it was basically, is Donald Trump and the election, did it cause friction on the team amongst white guys and black guys? And did the election and Donald Trump specifically, does Donald Trump cause friction in the Denver Bronco locker room at all? And you know what was fucking hilarious? Out of 53 guys on the Denver Broncos, 6 of them voted. Every single one of them said the same thing. They're like, what? Donald Trump? They're like, no, man. Like, they said Donald Trump and politics have nothing to do with our locker room. And they all said the same thing. They said, we don't talk about Donald Trump in this room. And we don't talk not about Donald Trump. He goes, we don't talk about Hillary. We don't talk about politics. And all the Broncos all said, they go, I don't really know my teammate. And they said, well, do you guys like Trump? And they said, no, but we don't fucking talk about not liking Trump. Like, the Broncos were so disconnected. It's like every room, I tell people, athletes don't give a shit, dude. They care about banging a Kardashian, about getting a Rolex, and about fucking smoking weed. They don't give a shit or about politics. Their life is good. All right? Their life is good. You think Raekwon Smith doesn't like Donald Trump right now? Kid just fucking made $28 million. All right? Life's good in America right now. Like, NFL players don't have a fucking issue. So it's just funny that the Bronco players are like, no. And then they said, well, does it bother you as a black player or whatever if a lineman with another white guy voted for? They're like, no, it's America. You can vote for who you want. Like, the Broncos didn't give a fuck about the election. It has zero impact on them. And the Bronco players even said the biggest thing that gets misconstrued about Colin Kaepernick is that it's anti-America. It was meant for the police and police shootings. It has nothing to do with Trump and has nothing to do with America. But that was something that Trump did a good job of politicizing, actually. The thing is, Kaepernick shouldn't have fucking, Kaepernick should have found another way to protest. All right, so well, so, I'm just saying. All right, so let's get through these picks here. So Denzel Ward, good pick, probably the best cornerback in the draft. I just don't see why you took him 4th overall. Bradley Chubb, great pick by the Denver Broncos. Quentin Nelson, Notre Dame. This kid, they're saying he's a mean kid. I've seen him play, but a lot of the guys say that he's basically pencil him in for the next 12 years, and he's going to Pro Bowls, and he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Josh Allen, we talked about Josh Allen. Very athletic kid, 6'5", Phillip Rivers 2.0 with a stronger arm, rah-rah. Teammates love him. I mentioned he can throw the ball like 90 yards. He does have accuracy problems at times. One thing about Josh Allen, though, very, very mobile. He can throw from weird angles and shit. The play never dies. Herb Street mentioned a good thing about him, too, is that he's one of these dudes, man. It's sort of like Carson Wentz. And it's fucking scary. Like when you see him do it, it's fucking like awe-inspiring. Josh Allen can fucking roll out and shit. And he'll have people around him, but he's 6'5", right? So he's bigger than most defenders. So he doesn't get scared. So he sort of puts his hand out. And, you know, like when guys are running around or looking to dump it off somewhere, Allen can be running around scrambling and that little flick of the wrist shit, and it's fucking 40 yards down the field. Like Josh Allen doesn't need a lot of space and shit. I saw, check out the ESPN Sports Science thing he did. He has the quickest release ever, fuck. Literally and figuratively. Like the time that it takes him to snap the ball out of his wrist is insane. Watch, and you know the ESPN Sports Science bit. It's fucking great. And another thing, they were talking about Josh Allen not being accurate. Josh Allen hit a fucking crossbar of a soccer net from 45 yards away on the first try. Like for ESPN Sports Science. Like it was the first attempt. They said, can you hit the fucking crossbar? Bing, he fucking did it. He threw like a bullet. Bam, bam. And after he wasn't even like, yeah, he was sort of like, you know, anything else? Like the kid can, like this accuracy shit's a little overrated. And this is another thing, though, why the Buffalo Bills, guys, look at the other pick that the Bills took here. All right, look at the other pick, Trayvon Edmonds. Trayvon Edmonds is 6'5". I told you, Brandon Beane drafted Cam Newton, 6'5". Backup quarterback for Cam Newton's Derek Anderson, 6'4". That was always a problem with Tyrod Taylor. They never disliked Tyrod Taylor in Buffalo. He was just too small. They don't like small players. And it's evident. They draft the biggest quarterback available. They draft a 6'5" fucking linebacker. The Bills are into size, all right? Raekwon Smith, Georgia. Unbelievable that the Bears get him. Great pick. Chicago usually fuck these things up, but Chicago have had some great linebackers over the years, from Mike Singletary to Brian Urlacher. Well, you just got yourself another one. McClinchy, another nasty kid, tackle, Notre Dame. John Lynch, same shit. John Lynch is all like Bean. You know, you got a lot of new GMs in the NFL, like these nasty, mean kids. McClinchy's another mean-spirited kid that wants to fucking punch you in the mouth. Josh Rosen, number 10 to UCLA. Perfect fit, perfect market, perfect team. I love Josh Rosen, too, said, I got a chip on my shoulder. Like, Josh Rosen was pissed he fell to 10, and it's nothing shameful falling to 10. Arizona finally gets a quarterback of the future. West Coast market, he's from California. He's out there in Arizona. It's next best thing is perfect. His political sort of edgy stance will go down all right. A lot of Hispanics in Arizona, Cardinal fans. He's going to be a popular dude. And he's going to be a good quarterback and a good offense with some good wide receivers with David Johnson. Like the pick a lot for them. And you know what? I think Josh Rosen, I like them the best coming in here, but I'm liking to pick Josh Allen to Buffalo. It makes more sense than Rosen. It does. And Rosen lands in a great spot in Arizona. Like the pick. Minkah Fitzpatrick, I wish I would have bet more on this on the 13.5. Good call by Spenny Mac. Minkah Fitzpatrick, nice pickup. I mean, is he – some people think he's better than fucking Denzel Ward. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're – Minkah Fitzpatrick was arguably the best DB in the draft, okay? And – or, like, you know, secondary player. And he only goes 11. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, his prop was 13.5. He goes 11. Denzel Ward's prop was 11.5. He goes 4 to the Browns. The Browns, you guys drafted too high. Vita Vea is a tough-ass kid. Washington. Washington's stockpiling talent. For a team that's sort of a joke, they didn't fuck this up. Deron Payne, Alabama defensive tackle. I always have my concerns about the Alabama linemen, defensive tackles and shit, but he seems like a good enough kid. Marcus Davenport's a surprise. He's the defensive end, really fast kid, defensive end. Yeah, you know, edge rusher, gets after the quarterback out of San Antonio. Roadrunners, UTSA. This is a little bit of a surprise. He was sort of projected to be a late first-round pick. I mean, people are surprised that the Colts traded up this high to get him, but they must really like him. Colton Miller, offensive lineman, to the Raiders. They could use some help on the O-line to protect Derek Carr. Don't have a problem with that. Tremont Edmonds to the Buffalo Bills. You know what? I had Leighton Van Esch going. It's funny. I did a mock draft on TV for the Buffalo Bills 2 weeks ago, and I had them taking Josh Allen. And I had him taking Josh Allen 12, and I had him taking Landon Van Esch 22. Dallas Cowboys take Leighton Van Esch. And, linebacker out of Boise State. Sort of their new Sean Lee. I guess they really just think that Sean Lee gets hurt too much. But I like the Edmonds pick. He's really young, Edmonds. He's 20 years old. He was 19 in college last year. He looks like a baby face, but he's a 6'5" freak athlete. And I have faith in McDermott picking defensive players, that he sees something that he likes more. He's got like an incredible wingspan, this kid. So he's going to be a couple of years away, Tremont Edmonds, but he's a good fucking football player. Great upside. Derwin James, we won that bet, and we got to recap our bets, actually. Derwin James, we said that he wouldn't go in the top 7.5. He didn't. Tell you what, though, the Chargers are stockpiling fucking talent on the defensive side of the football. Jair Alexander, cornerback, nice pickup by the Green Bay Packers. Van Esch goes to Dallas. It surprises me. Frank Ragnow, center. Everyone loved this kid. It's nothing sexy about taking a center, but this guy was the best center on the board. Billy Price is a surprise pick to me. I don't know. Cincinnati, you guys got a lot of fucking needs, man. You got a shitty quarterback, and now you got a center to snap your ball to him. Good for you. Tennessee gets Rashawn Evans, linebacker. New head coach Mike Vrabel was a linebacker, so he goes with a backer first. New England Patriots take offensive tackle Isaiah Wynn out of Georgia. He must be good if the Patriots took him. But Isaiah Wynn is a good football player. DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore is the best wide receiver on the board. I liked him better than Calvin Ridley. Nice pickup by the Carolina Panthers. Nice big target for Cam Newton there. Hayden Hurst. We should have bet this bigger that he'd go in the first round. Baltimore Ravens, Hayden Hurst. Best tight end on the board. Calvin Ridley, Atlanta Falcons. You guys had other needs than wide receiver, but you got a fucking potent-ass fucking tandem now, man. Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Mohamed Sanu, man. Fucking Devontae Freeman. Fucking Coleman. Tevin Coleman, Matt Ryan. Holy shit. Rashad Penny, don't understand the pick. Fuck. Why do you guys do this? Way too high. Way too high for Rashad Penny. Terrell Edmonds, safety. Nice pickup by Pittsburgh. Tavern Byron, I'd be lying to you if I told you I knew a hell of a lot about him. Mike Hughes, not a surprise that he sneaked in here late. Sonny Michel, New England Patriots, fucking great pickup. And Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens, goes in the first round. Good for you, Lamar. And you landed in a great spot with a nice franchise. Type of franchise where you'll fit in too. They're badasses, and you're not going to rush you right now. You're still a young kid. You only played a couple of years college ball. You're behind Joe Flacco. Flacco last year of his contract. Just perfect situation for Lamar. Good for him. Yeah, why wouldn't the Seahawks take this guy when, like, if they love fucking big backs and Marshawn Lynch, then Michelle or chubbier guys. Like, I don't understand. Like, Rashad Penny, nice football player. Like, I don't mean to criticize any of these kids. They're all great players, but he was projected to be a 4th-round pick. Like, what are Seahawk fans saying out there online right now? Like, I haven't looked at any of the grades or any of this. And, fuck the grades. But I just like seeing the reaction. No. What about Geis? What about Chubb? What about Michelle? What about Ronald Jones? What about Kerryon Johnson? They're all graded higher than Penny. And listen, if you like Penny better than these guys, good for you. Take them. But why do you take him in the first round? Like, do you really believe that anyone was going to take him, Pete Carroll, and Seattle before your next pick in a second round? You're insane. And if it happens, it happens. Then take fucking Kerryon Johnson or fucking Nick Chubb or something like that. What's that, Matt McCursey, about time? Is respect for who? Yeah, well, I'm giving respect to the players. I'm not trying to denigrate Rashad Penny. I mean, the kid rushed for 2,200 fucking yards. I'm not criticizing him. Even Baker Mayfield, he worked hard. He's in the NFL. Doesn't mean you take him first overall when nobody wants him. You know what, guys? It's like going to buy a car and nobody wants the car on the lot, and you want to pay more for the car than it's fucking the tag price on the window of it. It's like, well, you can buy this car. No, but I want it out of my way. You know what? I'm going to give you an extra $2,000 for this car because I really want it. Yes, sir. You know, nobody else has bought this car ever. Like, it's insane. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah, I'm not criticizing any of these players. They're all great. If you're an NFL first-round draft pick, you're a good football player. But my point is, from a business standpoint and from a drafting standpoint, there's no need to take these players. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like anyone that's ever drafted a fantasy football league team understands value more. Like, Jazz, you know what I'm talking about. Exactly. Like, I didn't even see you talking about fantasy. Exactly. How many of you guys play fantasy football? It's like totally reaching for somebody crazily. And you might feel good at the time. Ooh, wow, I got Russell Wilson in the second round. Yeah, well, good for you, because fucking the other guy just got Tom Brady in the 8th round and he's going to kick the shit out of you all year, because when you took Russell Wilson in a second, he just took Julio Jones. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like fantasy football players understand drafting more than these NFL GMs. If you don't like the player, wait. Take the best available player. Exactly, Kevin White. None of us know how any of these players are really going to turn out, but it's all a game of poker, man, and you bluff, and it's like, all right, what's this guy going to do, and what are they doing? And it's insane to me. I've been saying this for the last couple of days. The most important thing of a draft to an NFL general manager is, number one, knowing what other general managers are going to do, and number two, not letting fucking others know what they're going to do. Because let me just go over this again. So Baker Mayfield at 1. So let me tell you, does anyone really believe, seriously, that the New York Giants were taking Baker Mayfield at 2? No, they weren't. They weren't taking a quarterback. Everyone knew they weren't taking a quarterback. They didn't even hide it. Dave Gettleman, their new GM, even said, Eli Manning's our quarterback. Like, he was pretty adamant about it. You know, New York Giant players running around last week saying, imagine if we get Saquon Barkley. Even Des Bryant knew. Des Bryant, oh, man, the Giants, they're going to get Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham, and oh, my God. And, like, everyone knew, all right? So if you're Cleveland, you know, all right, the team taking – I'm saying Cleveland – you got the 4th pick also. So you know, okay, they're not taking fucking Baker Mayfield. Let's take Bradley Chubb here first, or Saquon Barkley. They're not taking Mayfield. All right, what about the New York Jets? Well, then you basically are gambling that one team doesn't take Mayfield. And I'd like to know for a fact that if the New York Jets were like, oh, we're going to take Baker Mayfield, and oh, damn, we got to take Sam Darnold now. I don't think the Jets were taking Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield would have fallen all the way to Arizona. You're exactly right. Look at last year. The Chicago Bears panicked, traded a bunch of shit to move up one spot to get fucking Mitch Trubisky. When San Francisco, when I did my mock draft last year, even I had Saul Thomas going to San Francisco. I had them going, taking him. I knew that the San Francisco 49ers were going to take Solomon Thomas. Yet somehow the Pace GM idiot in Chicago didn't know, decided to trade. San Francisco was not taking Mitch Trubisky there. Everyone knew that. Like, it's amazing to me. So if you're Cleveland, You were basically gambling that the New York Jets weren't going to take Mayfield if you really love him that much. And even if they did, you could have taken Sam Darnold, Rosen, or fucking Allen. Like Cleveland, you guys did not maximize your potential from the first and fourth pick here. You just didn't. You just didn't. Yeah, great point. Great point. Great point about Tom Brady. I'm sure Bill Belichick knew they liked them, but they're like, well, let's just keep waiting. No one's taking them. We're not going to take them because we love them in the fourth round. We'll get them in the sixth round. Because Belichick and the Patriots, you know what, Josh? If they lost, they probably would have said, oh, well, you know, he wasn't worth that anyways. You know what I mean? They would have went like you move on and you adapt and you end up with more talent in the end instead of getting a hard on for one player. Oh, Arizona struck gold, Grinch. Arizona struck gold. Yeah, so they take Baker Mayfield. They take Baker Mayfield when they don't have to take him one. They could have taken him four, and then they take Denzel Ward that they could have taken later, like fallen, or it's bizarre. Like you could have said, if you're Cleveland, you could have said, all right, we'll get Baker Mayfield at 4, and then you know what? Buffalo wants to trade up. Let's trade our fucking pick here, with the 1 pick and then move down. And, they could have maximized this and then gotten Ward and gotten another pick out of it and 2 picks out of it. Like Tampa Bay were smart. Tampa Bay's like, all right, you know what? We're going to get fucking a bunch of extra draft picks to fucking give Buffalo fucking 5 spots here. Let's do this. It worked out. It's smart for everyone. Well, the wins total was 4.5, but I don't know. I mean, is Baker Mayfield going to start? If Baker Mayfield starts at quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, I'll take the under 4.5. Yeah, it's amazing to me. It's like fantasy football players understand drafting more than the Cleveland Browns do. And I don't know what the fuck the Seattle Seahawks were doing. Like another thing, like why would you do that? You guys have a shitty offensive line. Like you draft a running back when you already have a star quarterback and no offensive line. Your offensive line is the worst offensive line in football, and you take a running back who's fucking small, and you could have gotten in the 4th round. Third round. Am I crazy on this? I don't know. What the fuck are they doing? Yeah, I can't wait. You know who the Cleveland Browns open up with this year? Pittsburgh Steelers. I hope he starts, fuck. I hope he starts, fuck. What, real? You're a Browns fan, huh? Well, you're just saying that. It's like me and the Bills. You'll still be a Browns fan, but man, did they ever fuck this up? Like you guys go 0-16 and all you get is Baker Mayfield out of this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like I could have lived with Sam Darnold with the 1st pick. I could, if I'm the Browns, Saquon Barkley, Bradley Chubb, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen. Pretty much anyone but Baker Mayfield, essentially. Like, let's be real. Like, if you're a Cleveland Brown fan, right? Yeah, real. So, real 745. You're a Cleveland Brown fan. Like, honestly, if you were a Brown fan, wouldn't you rather prefer Saquon Barkley, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, Bradley Chubb? There's 5 players that are automatics over Baker Mayfield. Yeah, imagine exactly. You're the Cleveland Browns. You could have just walked out of this with Saquon Barkley and Josh Rosen. You could have had Saquon Barkley and Josh Rosen if you wanted. You could have gotten Bradley Chubb and Saquon Barkley. You could have got Bradley Chubb and Sam Darnold. Instead, you went with Denzel Ward and Baker fucking Mayfield. Fuck. I don't even want to wear my Jim Brown jersey ever again. I'm so embarrassed. Like, that's what I'm saying, guys. I don't want to be picking on Baker Mayfield over and over here. But let's add up all the combinations of 1 and 4 that I just threw out there. Saquon Barkley, Sam Darnold. Saquon Barkley, Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb's Josh Rosen. Saquon Barkley, Josh Rosen. Like, think of all the fascinating, amazing two steps you could have walked out of this going, damn, I'm a Browns fan and we just got Sam Darnold and Saquon Barkley. We just got Bradley Chubb and Josh Rosen. Instead, you're like, oh, fuck, man. We got this cornerback kid that's pretty good, but kind of reach for him. And we got a 6-foot fucking quarterback who thinks he's the second coming of Jesus, who played in the Big 12, whose biggest game of the year was against Baylor, who lost to Liberty, who threw for 37 yards against Georgia the second half, who got tackled by a cop, who told the San Diego LA Chargers that I'm too busy, I have too much on my plate to learn your plays, and who hung up and laughed about hanging up on a respected NFL agent because the NFL agent didn't know that he transferred. I swear to God, Real 745, I'm not even a Browns fan, and I've been hyping up the Browns for the last few weeks. I'm taking the over 4.5. Tyrod Taylor, Jarvis Landry, Josh Gordon, Corey Coleman, Saquon Barkley, Bradley Chubb, Myles Garrett, Jabril Peppers, and you bring in Baker fucking Mayfield. Why didn't you guys just re-sign Johnny Manziel at this point in time? Honestly. Why didn't you take Saquon Barkley, Bradley Chubb, and re-sign Johnny fucking Manziel? Because it's the same fucking thing, you stupid idiots. Like, honestly, you could have just said, you know what? We're bringing back Johnny Manziel. I like it, too. You got to love the irony of the Browns falling for Johnny Manziel and doing it all over again 2 years later. And you got to love the irony of this being the shortest quarterback to be taken in the NFL in the last 22 years, besides, oh, yeah, Johnny Manziel. Like, are you fucking kidding me, Cleveland? It's like fucking a guy that's been divorced 7 times and, like, remarries the chick again. Fuck. Like, it's... No, you wish. Baker Mayfield ain't going to be Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, Raekwon Smith. Like I'm saying, just think of all the two combinations you could have. Hey, Quentin Nelson, offensive line. Quentin Nelson, best offensive lineman here. Take Quentin Nelson and Saquon Barkley. Boom, boom. You got a fucking vicious O-line and the best running back. All right, you want Bradley Chubb? Take Bradley Chubb and take Quentin Nelson. Like, I could go on and on and on in the combinations, how they fuck this up. Stupid is stupid, isn't it? We say it all the time, man. The Cleveland Browns sucked before there was a salary cap. They'll suck. Like, look at the New England Patriots. New England Patriots, fun. They take Sonny Michel. You know what I mean? Smart team, good player. It's not rocket science. Good teams do smart things. Bad teams repeat their habits. And I don't understand Cleveland. Like, I actually feel bad for Cleveland Brown fans. Like, all excited. You guys have all this potential. You have Hugh Jackson still as your coach, and you turn around and you draft the kid that you don't even – listen, you want to take Baker Mayfield, take him. Why would you take him first overall? He would have been 10. Baker Mayfield would have lasted to Arizona. I bet you Arizona, if Josh Rosen was gone, Baker Mayfield would have fallen to Arizona at 10. And they traded up at that spot even. I'm telling you, nobody was taking Baker Mayfield in the top 5. And because of you, Cleveland, you guys made everyone else's night better. Because everyone else got a better player than they thought they were going to get. The Giants wanted Saquon Barkley, and they got him. The New York Jets got Sam Darnold 3rd overall. And then you guys go ahead and take fucking Denzel Ward again, so the Broncos are fucking laughing and get Bradley Chubb. And then the Colts are laughing because they get Quentin Nelson, and then the Bills get to step up and get Josh Allen. It's unbelievable. It's like not only did Cleveland fuck themselves, they helped everybody else get better. It's insanity. Jimmy Haslam should be locked up with Bill Cosby. Yeah, I don't know what the hell, John Dorsey. Great draft, John. Great draft, Dorsey. Yeah, you imagine that, Dean? You got Tyrod Taylor, Jarvis Landry, Josh Gordon, Corey Coleman, Quentin Nelson, and Saquon Barkley. You got speed, you got mean, you got fast brothers, you got mean-ass white guys on the line, you got superstar running back, you got a mobile quarterback in Tyrod Taylor, and instead you take a fucking DB. Yeah, the DB is really going to help fucking back down a pass when you guys are losing 28-7 again. Like, yeah, it's going to be great, fuck. It's going to be a big difference maker. Like, you could have got impact fucking football players, man. I'm not even a Browns fan, and I'm disgusted, fuck. It's like taking Lonzo Ball over fucking Michael Jordan or something. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, I don't even, like, I could sit here all night, and it's already getting late. Like, I could sit here all night just bitching and saying, I'm not even a Cleveland Brown fan. If I was a Cleveland Brown fan, I'd probably be in a hospital right now because I would have fucking punched something and broken my hand. I'm not even a Cleveland Brown fan, and I'm angered by this. I was ready to jump on the Browns bandwagon, like even before. They got my boy Tyrod Taylor. I like Josh Gordon, Jarvis Landry. You got all these great players, over 4.5. You get Saquon Barkley and Bradley Chubb, and let's go, man. Let's get this. Now I'm like, you guys are losers. I don't even know why I was thinking I was going to bet over 4.5 for you guys. You got Carlos Hyde. Fuck, Carlos Hyde. I like Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde will be hurt by week 2. Like, you guys, man. Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised the Browns didn't draft Lonzo Ball. Yeah, it is. It's like taking Lonzo Ball over Jason Tatum, which, oh, yeah, they did do. That's right. Jason Tatum's dropping 32 a night in playoff games. Lonzo Ball fucking – it would take Lonzo Ball 6 years to hit 32 fucking three-point shots. But the Lakers were better without Lonzo Ball this year. You notice that? You notice the Lakers really took off this year when Lonzo Ball got hurt and they went 14-1 without him? You know what? It's a good – I made a comparison. It's a good comparison. It's a good comparison, but Lonzo Ball is actually a better pick than Baker Mayfield. Like, Lonzo Ball can play in the NBA. Like Lonzo Ball, like comparing picks, Lonzo's a better pick. Like the poor Brown fans, man. Like, fuck, I feel bad for you guys. Those poor guys with the dog shit and the fucking orange fucking helmets, the fucking, you know, the hardcore Brown fans tonight, the look on their face when it's Baker Mayfield, the guy was like, oh, no. He's like, and normally I laugh at fans saying, what do you guys know? But we're all right on this one. It's like, poor Brown fan. You go all the way to the draft. You can get Josh fucking, you know, Sam Darnold, man. Just take Sam Darnold, fuck. If you want a quarterback, but what? And another thing is, too, why did you guys just trade for Tyrod Taylor? Why did you sign Tyrod Taylor? Why are you paying Tyrod Taylor $16 million this year? What the fuck do you guys do? Last year you signed Brock Osweiler and then you cut him. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're incompetent. Hey, as a Bills fan, we're looking pretty good getting Josh Allen out of this. I'm happy. All right, so let's see. How did we do? We're going to wrap up the show in a few minutes. We can go on. We'll have more NFL draft talk because it's round 2 tomorrow. There'll be more shockers. I don't think I did great, actually, tonight with the draft. All right, let's go over my picks here. We had 10 props, I believe. Wide receivers taken in the first round. Winner. Under 2.5. Winner. Minus 157. Running backs taken in the first round. Loser. That was plus 165, though. So I'd rather hit the minus money ones, obviously. Or at least if I'm going to lose them, right? So wide receiver, winner. So that's 1-0. Running backs, loser. 1-1. Will the top 3 picks in the draft be quarterbacks? No. Winner. 3. Offensive lineman drafted in the first round. Plus 5.5. Plus 187. That one won, right? The offensive lineman won. I got to 5, right? Which one did I fucking... Fuck this. Let's just look at the fucking history of the sports book here. It'd be easier. Oh, it's fucking annoying because I made the fucking bets yesterday, so it's not part of today's action. Fuck, that's annoying. How many old linemen were taken? I essentially broke even. Like, I'm looking at my account right now. I'm pretty much where I started. I am actually down a little bit, but I lost the Boston Celtic game in the under. All right, so under 5.5 quarterbacks taken in the first round, winner. Under 5.5 offensive linemen, plus 187, winner, baby. Fucking right. Linebackers drafted first round, plus 200. Under 4.5, winner. Derwin James, over under 7.5, winner. Defensive backs taken, loser. Actually, you know what? We did pretty well, actually. You know, we actually made some money on this. I don't know why my account isn't more. I bet on the fucking basketball and the hockey. I just lost the total of that. That's why. That fucking Vegas San Jose game. Yeah, NFL props, man. Winner. No, we got paid for a winner. What are you talking about? Derwin's not a winner. We said Derwin James would not be in the top 7.5. Did Derwin James go in the top 7.5? He went 17th. That equals winner, Sean Robertson. That equals winner by 10 fucking picks. Fuck. Josh Rosen, under 5.5, loser. Defensive backs is the one that I lost. So I lose the running back prop. I lose the defensive back prop. I lose the Josh Rosen prop. And I lost the Baker Mayfield one that I gave last night that he wouldn't go in the top 6.5. That was a bad one. But you take that one out, and we're actually 6-3. And I wrote in the page today, you guys saw, I said, we are screwed. Don't take this if you haven't bet it already. I warned you not to take it. Not bad, actually, fuck. 6-3 props plus money. Man, I wish we would have hammered the will there be 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round. We knew there wasn't. The problem was with that was last night it was minus 250. Today they moved the number to minus 175. And how the hell can we not take minus 175 there? Yeah, Goldster, we should note 6-3, buddy, with a plus 200 and a plus 137 and a plus 187 in there. 6-3 with a plus 37, plus 87, plus 200. No, it's all good, Sean. I know it's confusing with the over-under stuff. I am a little pissed, though. Like, I didn't make money because I fucking lost on the basketball and I lost on the total of that fucking I lost on the total of the hockey game. Whatever. I'll be honest with you. All day I was a little worried that I got stupid by betting 10 props and putting my accounts up and shit. So breaking even, I can't really complain. I wish, what am I going to do? Like, it wasn't the NFL draft that cost me. It was fucking, it was the San Jose Shark fucking losing 7-0. I was on Las Vegas, but I bet the fucking under as well. I wonder, they'll have some more draft. They'll probably have some props up tomorrow, guys. Some fucking more draft props. Books will probably throw some stuff up. Let's get more reaction about Baker Mayfield going first overall.
Sevilla.
Yeah. And then they got shut down in the second half against the Georgia Bulldogs in the Rose Bowl.
Y ya no fui más, me fui andando a coger los anillos hasta hoy. Me mandó por la noche, había bajado el agua y para la mañana había subido. Cualquiera estaba donde la paellera, a lo mejor está en el barco ese del petróleo.
En el Prestige.
En el Prestige ese. Y ya no estaba más la cocina. Ya aburrí la cocina. Ay, ay, ay. No cobré nada, me dieron el dinero del bote.
The sound clip is from like a I don't know, man. It's like some fucking Mexican or Peruvian talk show or something. And Buddy's telling a story. It's on the internet. It's all over YouTube. It's called El Recitas. Funniest laugh ever. But the thing is, there's a funny one here with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like, people put subtitles over it, right? Sort of like, that Hitler fucking shit when Hitler's getting mad and he's bitching about the NBA. Nothing, you know, I never joke about Hitler, but I hate to admit that fucking thing is fucking funny, man. There's the one that was the Hitler Van Halen one. Like the Hitler Van Halen video actually is like, it'll make you cry. Fuck. It's like that's, you know, there's a speech with Hitler. Hitler like pounds the desk. It's from a movie and shit. So he pounds the desk. He starts yelling at everyone and shit. Like they tell him, listen, fuck, you know, we're about to lose, fuck. He starts losing it, fuck. We cannot fucking lose. And he's like, fuck, what about the fucking tanks in fucking Czech Republic? So he's going one by one. He's like, and they're like, Poland, we lost Poland. He's like, no, not Poland. He starts freaking out. So in the video, it's Van Halen, and they tell him, sir, it's Sammy Hagar, not David Lee Roth. It's like Hitler starts spazzing out. David Lee Roth promised to do this one fucking tour. He's like, fucking Hitler's in this guy's face yelling about David Lee Roth. It's fucking gold, man. He's like, it's just not the fucking same. I don't like Sammy Hagar. He's fucking smashing shit. No. It's a famous video. It's a famous video. Yeah, I guess there's a million of them. You guys know what I'm talking about. Muhammad, I'll send you the link on Twitter if you want to see it. Yeah, so this Spanish guy, there's a million subtitles for it. And there's a really funny one. There's a really funny one for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Bills fans would love it. I'm trying to find it right now. It's fucking hilarious. So it's like the guy's laughing and telling the story, and then the subtitles, Ryan Fitzpatrick. So he's like telling the story like he's Ryan Fitzpatrick. So he's like, and he goes, and then I threw 6 interceptions against the Kansas City Chiefs one day. And then they gave me a $12 million contract extension. He's laughing. And he's like, you know, and the subtitle is like, I once threw 27. I didn't do anything. We just got knocked off there. That's a sign for us to end the show. Yeah, you've seen it, Degenerate Dean. The Ryan Fitzpatrick one, it's fucking hilarious. Did you send it to me? When he says fucking, and then remember the game like he did? He cost me that game too. He was on the Jets. It was with the Chiefs. He's like, and then I threw 6 interceptions one Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs. And then I asked them for $15 million. And they gave it to me. And he starts like fucking. So like when the subtitle now you'd be putting, I wasn't even good enough to be the starter at Texas Tech, and now I'm the #1 pick in the draft.
La encontré porque estaba la ballena agarrada entre las piedras de Chipiona, del faro. Y cuando entro en el restaurante me ve el cocinero con una ballena y adentro la 20 ballenas. ¡Arróbate, mira dónde llega el agua! Llegaba el agua hasta el restaurante. Había subido la marea. Jesús, hay que hacer ahora con los 2 sacos de arroz. ¡Ay, llama para Sevilla! ¡Llama a Sevilla que traiga un país! Tú y yo con el bañador y con la paella.
That's great.
I know this. Out.
He's crying.
He's going up in the spirit. He's getting the Holy Ghost over here. We want to.
What will your husband say is the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen him imitate? And be very specific, because he's going to have to do that.
Picture of Justin from Madisonville.
The guys laugh. The guys laugh. Someone's got to do a Baker Mayfield one, man. If I was good at this shit, I'd do it myself. But someone could write it funnier than me. Someone's got to do a Baker Mayfield fucking this video, man. This Spanish guy. There's got to be a Baker Mayfield one. Then I got tackled by the cops, fuck, and they still drafted me first overall. I didn't even learn the plays. I could write it actually, but these guys seem to do pretty good, man. Like, I never would have come up with that Van Halen shit. It's just not the same without Van fucking no. He's like, but David Lee Roth promised. All right, so we're out of here. Once again, we go way too late, but we'll make an exception since NFL. Next week, I got to start ending at like 1 a.m. because I got to start working on some homicide stuff in the late night hours. I only have so many hours in a day. But these shows are just too good to end, aren't they? Some real classics this week. Last night was some great stuff. Tonight, fun times. Tomorrow night, full night of NBA. We'll be all business tomorrow night. We've got Toronto Raptors, going to call the Toronto Wizards. Toronto Raptors and the Washington Wizards. I think the Raptors get it done tomorrow. Not going 7. Raptors stepping up. Cleveland Cavaliers and the Pacers. I have a tough time with this fucking game, man. I actually think the Pacers are going to fucking send it 7. Thunder and Jazz, same thing. Pretty tough one, plus 6.5. I'll have my picks tomorrow, but I do like the Raptors. NHL hockey tomorrow. We've got the Winnipeg Jets at the Nashville Predators. Predators are minus 150. Total is 5.5. You guys know I like to bet unders, man, but I get the feeling that there's going to be some goals in this game. Early lean to the Winnipeg Jets, plus 130. Thanks for tuning in, guys. My apologies. My apologies if you're a Cleveland Brown fan. We'll let our guy take us out. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.
Y la encontré porque estaba la ballena agarrada metida entre las piedras de Chipiona, del faro. Y cuando entro en el restaurante me ve el cocinero con una ballena y adentro la vende ballena. ¡Anda,